I'm trying to get this dang on these glasses off of me. I don't know how TikTok did this, but I'm trying to take it off of me.
Tripping.
Okay.
Tapped in
There we
today.
go. What's good? What's going on?
Chilling today. Tapped in.
School is in session. School is in
School is in
session today.
session.
Yes, I got my
I
little
see
prep
you got. I see
school.
you got your
You know.
I see you got your teacher's outfit on.
Yes, we in the
You about
building.
to take y'all to school today. For real. For
You
real.
drive it. See, are you sitting still?
I'm sitting still.
Okay, I'm only asking because you remember what happened the last time you was in the car.
No, I'm sitting still. I ain't driving.
Okay, all right.
I ain't driving.
All right.
We tuned in and turned up. No driving.
Good.
My tripod set my tripod up in the car.
All right. Got a little portable top. Okay, I see you.
Got a little tripod.
Oh, Lord.
You know what I'm saying?
You came ready?
Know what I mean? I came ready. I'm
So you
ready.
ain't have to get ready?
I had to get ready. I'm a man.
You came
I'm a man.
Hey, what you think about the wife I sent you today?
My wife, I don't know her. I can't just wife a woman off of what somebody's saying. That's speculation. That's stipulation.
She said it. Ain't nobody else say it.
She said what?
I'm messing with you.
That's stipulation. Hey, what happened to everybody out there on Instagram? TikTok world. What's happening? Got to tune in, turn up this Wednesday. We talking about men this Wednesday. We talking about men today. Every Wednesday, people feel like they feel some kind of weight because we talking about women, but today we're talking about men. And let's see how many of you all out there gonna flip my words or flip her word. I want to know. How many people gonna have beef with the kid for real?
Okay, well, hold on, Scar. Maybe because it's like a glare on you. Well, it was.
It's a glare. All right, let me move.
All right.
They might. Let me move. Hold on. I want to log out because I know how they.
Yeah, for real.
I'm gonna keep it like this so they can't see. Need some gas too.
Yeah. So today we will be talking about relationships between men and women again, and but this time it'll be flipped a little bit. So we'll be talking about the male. Would you say the male perspective or the female perspective?
No, we're gonna talk about men. What men's role in relationships.
Okay.
The role of man play. What his downside is. What he need to do better at. What he need to change. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's what we talking about today.
Well, hopefully people will be receptive to the feedback today.
Hopefully. And at the end of the result of the day, it'll let me know what people's minds really are. If people want to know the truth or they just want to argue with somebody.
Hey, CC. Oh, Lord. We'll see, Scar. I don't know.
You don't see.
We shall see.
We shall see. Take me to the king.
I thought you was already there.
Nah, take me to Burger King.
Thank you, CC. I told
Take
Scar
me to Burger King.
You know, we trying to
fries with the onion ring. They on claiming streets.
Okay, that's better, Scar. That's much better.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So what happened to everybody in TikTok world? Today we're talking about what men has to change in relationships. Every Wednesday I get on here, people got a problem with what I say about women because I'm not a woman. So I'm a man. So we gonna see how the reception is. I'm giving a perspective from a man about a man. She's gonna give a perspective about a woman about a man. So we gonna see. Today we talking about nigga, y'all. Shanika, what's happening?
Let's see if we still chopping Scar up, as a result of whatever he says.
We're gonna see. Hey, you got the questions or I gotta put it up on my phone?
I got him. All right.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so why do you feel some men are hesitant to support their woman? Scar, what you doing? You paused. There you go.
I'm here.
Okay.
I think um I think some men are hesitant to support their woman because inside himself he doesn't have the self esteem that he needs in order to be a part of what the woman has. I think he'll support a woman. It's funny because a man will support a woman stripping and dancing, but when that woman want to do better, whether it's religiously, spiritually, emotionally, or financially, he wants to keep a cap on her. Most men, right? Not me, but most men wants to keep a cap on a woman because that's how they control a woman. So
Mhm.
that's why I think men don't want to support their woman.
Because he wants to control whatever it is that she does.
He want to control her, but at the same time, he got low self esteem, so he doesn't want her to surpass him
Hmm.
because he feels like once she surpassed him, he's no longer needed. But then again, a lot of women nowadays make it seem like they don't need men.
Mm.
And they make it seem like they don't need men, but men in return they let that move them. As a man, you're not supposed to let if a woman say I don't need you, you're not supposed to let that move you. You're still supposed to play your part as a man. So I think men just have misplaced that the definition of a man. Men don't even understand what that is.
Mhm. So, I mean, and I agree with your response as well. Um, I think, yes, it has something to do with his self esteem, his view of his own self concept, maybe his own, is the word that I was looking for, just it went away. But basically, what I was trying to say was like, if there were goals that he wanted to attain at some point in his life, and he hasn't yet attained those goals, then it's almost like a competition, to out like who's gonna outdo the other. And if he sees that she's taken the steps to attain the goals, let's say she wanted to go to school, she wanted to go to cosmetology school, right? And then she signs up for the courses, she gets the money to pay for it, she goes to school, she goes to classes, she passes classes, she graduates, and then she goes on to do something with it.
Right.
The whole time it's like he's competing with her because she's not only said she had the goal, but she actually followed through. So
Yeah, I feel you, but do you feel like Ace, Miss Jeffrey, what's up, sis? You already know what's happening. Hey, but do you feel like why do you feel like men have that trait about them though? Where they don't want to see their woman surpass them? Because I'm not like that. I want my woman. I don't mind my woman making more money than me.
well, we
Yeah,
know you want to be taken care of.
nah, I don't want to be taken care of. No, I
That's
don't.
what
No, I
you
don't.
said.
I don't. I didn't say that. I never said I want to be taken care of. 'Cause I take care of myself. But I don't mind my woman making more money than me. I don't see why men have a problem with their woman surpassing them financially or accomplishment wise. So you got to tell me from a woman's perspective, why do you think men have that egotistic issue about themselves?
Well, I mean, it's what we said. It's the jealousy as well. I think that some men can be very jealous of their woman. If they feel like things come easy to her, right? If he's always seeing like whatever she touches, it turns to gold. Whatever she wants, she gets. And if he sees that, but he hasn't yet done what he wanted to do for himself, hey sis, he hasn't done what he wanted to do for himself, then he will be very jealous of her.
Right, right.
I think it's the competitive nature of men.
Do you think women play a part in a man being that way? Do you think women has played a part in a man not being the way that they are when it comes to that?
I think some women do play a part. And the reason why I say that is because some women will say, well, I did this and I did that. And what you doing, Charles? Like, they be on their ass, and they'll throw it in their face. So I think that even her lack of support for attaining the goals that he wants to attain is a part of the problem too. It
Right.
can be. I'm not saying all situations, but it can be as well.
I feel you. I want to fly away.
Oh
I
Lord.
want to
Do
fly
that butterfly.
away. Yeah. Butterfly in the building,
Hey,
man.
butterfly.
Fly, let me know you want to tap in later, though. But I feel like for me, I feel like I want to hear from you. What part do women play though? You said they play a part, but what do women do to influence a man not to want to support her? Tell him from your perspective.
I think um maybe just her, even sometimes it's just her being, right? So if she is self-sufficient, self-reliant, and it doesn't appear that she needs anything, some men feel like they do lack that confidence. Like, well, what am I here for? What can I add? How can I be of service? How can I add to this when she's already got her own ecosystem going?
Right,
What can I do to really add to that? So I think again that goes back to, like you said, with low self-esteem. If you feel like your only worth is what you can do for somebody, that's not the only thing that people need. People need support
right.
in a
But
relationship.
you still haven't answered my question.
I did answer your question.
What specifically do women do to make men feel like they don't want to support them? Name a few things that women do, like specifically examples.
Well, I told you. I said, "Hey, Pleasant." I told you. I said in the earlier part of the conversation, I said there are some women who will kind of throw it in the man's face. They'll say things like, "I'm doing X, Y, and Z. What are you doing?" It's the comparison, right? So comparing themselves to one another, right? They make it about a competition of who's attaining more goals than the other.
Right.
So that's one thing.
Okay.
Emasculating, right? So speaking to them in a way, communicating to them in a way that's disrespectful. That they may say things like, "Well, a real man would be doing this, and a real man would be doing that, and you ain't a real man because you ain't doing blah blah blah." So cutting them down verbally. That's
Right.
another thing. I gotta have three reasons. Good God. And also maybe just a lack of support on her side with whatever his goals are, right? Like maybe not extending herself to be a helpmeet for him.
Okay. All right. So I agree on all three of those notes. I think one thing you're leaving out is the fact that I think women, I think men allow, I think men allows the opinion of women to affect them too much. I think men are they so affected by a woman's opinion, even if they say they don't love this woman. With a woman's opinion, men are so affected by it that it will either break him down or build him up, or even turn him into a woman.
Mm,
This men are so affected, and I think that's where men have their downfall at. I think a man's downfall is feeding too much into a woman's point of view
mhm.
about him. So that's the reason why I think a lot of the shortcomings men have had throughout our centuries in life, because they're always focused on what another woman is saying about them.
Yeah.
That's the downfall I say that men have. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So yeah.
Okay, so Scar, they feeling you over here today.
Hey, about time. About time. I've been saying this truth for a minute now, but now y'all want to tap in. Hey, it's all good in the neighborhood.
Now she said, Cece said we need him in the car more often.
And see, she's
But
gonna
listen, I took up for you. I said this is Scar on a normal basis
yeah.
without the antics.
I tell the truth. Hey, you gonna Cece gonna make me jump through this phone and lay hands on you.
Heal. Come
Set the captives free.
come out, demon of feminism. Come out, demon of feminism right now. In the name we pray. Hey,
My star. Okay, here he go. He's back to the normal.
hey.
Yes.
Hey, Pure Noon in the building. Pure Noon, what you miss? You miss everything, man. 7:30, man. 2 minutes coming out. They get it.
All right. So, but why do you think that some men have a problem when women attain more? Like when they have more accomplishments than them or they earn more?
I think men are just so, I'm telling you, men are so fast. I don't want to say fascinated, but infatuated with a woman's position that he is constant in competition with a woman. And you
Hmm.
and you look at it like men, that's why a lot of men turn into women because they so busy competing. Like even look at the men who act like women. They overly do it. They overly twisting and turning. They overly talking high pitched. They overly doing everything. So it's been a competition from the beginning, but the competition comes from just the lack of understanding what you are as a man, understanding your responsibilities, misunderstanding your duties. And I think women don't understand what a man truly is. So the things that they're expecting a man to do and be, he's not supposed to be, but he's finding himself trying to reach that, but he's not capable of reaching it.
Okay, so expound on that. What you think that the role is?
I think when a woman expects a man to protect, provide, surrender, sacrifice, I think that a man wasn't built to do that. I don't think a man was built to do that. I'll just be honest with you, because
Okay.
that's why a lot of men are unalive and being unalive early through heart attacks, strokes, and diseases is because their body is not meant to take all that pressure. So a
Mm.
woman, so you think protect, provide, PR, protect starts with PR, provide starts with PR, pressure starts with PR. So for me,
Provision. Provision. That's the
provision
other
starts
one.
with PR. So it's like for me, I think at the end of the day, women has placed this duty on a man that is not meant to be his duty.
But you didn't answer my question. I'm asking you what is his duty and why do you think he's not doing that?
You didn't ask me that though.
I did. I said, can you expand on that? What do you
Somebody
think?
rewind. Can somebody rewind this tape, please? No, I'm just joking with you. I think a man's duty can't not allowing me to come in. And we're gonna let people come in at 8 o'clock. What time you
Okay,
wanna let people come in?
that's fine. That's fine.
8 o'clock. I want to make sure we set this tone, man, because I don't need y'all on here nailing me to the cross like y'all did last week. I think a man's duty. I
Hmm.
think a man's duty is to be understanding, be balanced, um, to support and provide, but not provide to the point where he doesn't get help in providing. I don't think a man is supposed to do everything and just like you deal with the inside and he deal with the outside. I don't think that's the way it's supposed to be, in my opinion. I think a man's duty is to build wherever it needs to be built at, wherever it needs to be built. If it's financially, he got to build that. If it's spiritually, he got to build that. A man is a builder. A woman is a cultivator. I think she cultivates what a man builds. What she would pick the furniture. She'll pick the painting. She'll do those things like that. While that man is the builder. But I think that's what a man duty is. But a woman is not looking for a man to build. She want to build it. She want to design it, and she want him to pay for it.
But that sounds like teamwork to me. You don't think?
Now that ain't no teamwork. She want to build it. She want to design it. She want him to pay for it.
Well, I thought you
That ain't,
said, oh, okay, I missed that bill part. My bad.
yeah, she wants to build it. She wants to design it. She want to build it, and she want him to pay for it. That's not the way. That's not how it works. We gotta work. We gotta be balanced. So I think a man's job is to be balanced. What if he has the finances to do that? Pure New asked, what if he had the finances to do? If he had the finances to do that, you still shouldn't expect him to do that. Because you got to understand, if a man had the finances to do it now, what happens 2 months down the line, 4 months down the line, a year down the line, and he don't have it no more. You expected him to do everything. What happens when you don't have it? A lot of women done got with men, ball players, executives, and when they got with them, they had all this bread. Not months, years later, they run out of money. Then what? Then what you do then? So just because somebody got it, you shouldn't suck it all out of them. That's just how I feel. Just like with women I deal with, a lot of women I deal with got it. But I never been a man to drain my woman
So if
money.
they had it, well, hold on, that's the question. So if they had it, right? Did you come in and say, okay, well, I'm gonna meet you halfway because you got that. I'm gonna meet you halfway on it, and we gonna go in
I
this
ain't
thing
got to
together.
halfway on it because you got to understand. You got to understand something.
You double talking. See,
I,
no,
can I finish? Please? But you got to understand if a woman have some money, and I meet a woman with some money, and she says, "Hey, I got 100,000," and I say, "Well, I got 100,000 too." It don't make no sense for us to put my 100 with your 100. It don't. To me, it don't make sense to do that. Like, I don't have to do that. I can, but I don't have to do that. Why would listen now? Why would we put our pot in? Why would hey be love child? We in the building, Lord willing.
we love child.
Why, why would I put? Why would we take everything we got and put it in one pot? When I could help you. I could help you. Maybe it's through verbal. Maybe it's through mental. Maybe it's through business consultation support. I could help. Listen, just listen to me. I can help you get that going, and then I got this going. So now we got two streams of income flowing. I could close on this property. You can close on that property, and we help each other do that. That doesn't mean I got to take my bread and put it with your bread. So that's what I'm trying to say.
That's the same thing, though. You just said you flip it. Now flip it back where you were at, and you said, why would a man be the one to have to put all of his resources into it?
Correct.
So you want her to put all
No.
of
I said why would a man should? Why is a man expected?
okay, so why is he expected? But it sounded like you said the expectation on the other side would have been she is expected to put her resources in it. You don't put no resources in it, but you support her in a different way
No,
by
I don't.
maybe having connections, maybe you have contact, whatever the case is. But you said you didn't want to financially contribute.
See the thing about me, not a J in the building, not a J in the building, not a J. I just feel like putting money with the woman, I have no problem doing. Anybody that knows me, man, like
Y'all heard it here. Star
I
double.
just sent, I, I ain't double talk. I have no problem putting money with. I don't have no problem with putting money with another woman's money. I have no problem with that. But what I'm saying, I don't expect her to put no money up. Period. I don't expect her to do that. I don't look at her like she got it, so I need her to do that. I don't look at women like that. I get my own. I do my own thing. Like, I'd rather live in a 1 bedroom efficiency, holding it down, than live in a mansion house with a woman who controlling me. I don't want to do that. So, Pure Nude just said sometimes it's not expected. Some men actually take pride in providing. A man who takes pride in providing is not a man
Mm.
to me. A man who takes
Somebody
pride,
who is egoic.
a man who takes pride in providing is egoic.
Oh,
He's
Lord.
very, he's very. No, I'm just keeping it real. That is the only thing that can sustain him in any relationship. You should not take pride in providing. You should take pride in balance. You should take pride in understanding. You should take pride in spiritualism. I don't think that. To me, I don't get it. Like, I don't take pride. The Bible say don't be prideful anywhere. I don't take pride in giving materialistic things. I do. That's like, to me, that ain't nothing. I don't know. I don't know. To me, that's not nothing. Like, giving somebody money and, like, that ain't nothing to me. I don't know.
Okay.
That's just how I feel. You know what I mean? Next question.
Okay,
Matter of
so wait.
matter of fact, how you feel in regards to that situation right there? As if a man had it, is he expected to give? And if a woman in society standard, if a man has it, he's expected to give. And if a woman have it, is she expected to give? Go ahead.
So from a marital viewpoint for me would be yes, because you guys are one. You are a team. There's no his money, your money is y'all money together. So
Right.
there's no two different pots. It's one pot. If you're in a relationship, I would say, and if the relationship you may be engaged or something like that, I would expect that. I would expect that you would begin to start planning and putting things in place to where you're putting your monies together. Now, if you're like in the beginning of something, no, that's not a
So
good.
what happens when you meet a man, right?
Hmm.
And the man has a dream, has a goal, and the man has an idea, and you sitting on 50,000, 100,000, and he like, babe, listen, you just give me the 50,000. I'm telling you, tell you what I can do. Do you think a woman shouldn't do that?
I don't know. I don't think a woman should not do that, but I do think that there has to be qualities that he has shown that he would be able to do something with that 50.
Okay, now let's say the role reverse.
Hmm.
Let's say a woman come to her man. Let's say, babe, here, listen, I got this idea. It's a long. All I need, I know you got the money. All I need is 50,000 to do it. Should he be expected to do that?
I would hope he would, but I think when you put the word expectation, it does it's a little strong to say expectation.
That's the point I'm making. How come when it comes to a woman doing it, it's but with a man doing it, yeah, I would hope he would. So that's what I'm saying. I think it's all misconstrued. I think everything is all out of whack. To me, I don't. All of the women who have this opinion about, not all of them, but majority of women who have this opinion are either single or don't got a nigga. Like this is or divorce. Like all of the women who have this opinion, all other the women that I've met who have an opinion where I'm gonna build my man, I'm gonna grow with my man, they still with their man.
But that's not to say that. Wait, hold on. There's a different question in here I wanted to ask you, but
Right,
um, I think for me,
right,
if you have lived that and you see that it just didn't work out, and there was always support there, and you putting your monies into somebody who really just doesn't have any leadership skills, then you learn from that. But that's my point is you have to be able to trust that that partner is the right person for you and that you pick someone who actually would follow through because you have seen habitually that he follows through. Same thing even for a woman.
right,
If you see that she lacks motivation, she'll
right,
set a goal and she says, "Oh, I have a goal to go to the gym 3 times a week." She's
right,
strong the first 3 weeks, and then she ain't been in 5 months.
right,
A constant starter and stopper.
right.
At that point, they're probably not reliable when it comes to their finances and managing that level of money.
So how come when society looks at it, somebody butterfly said I thought it was about men. It is about men. It's about
But if I was
understanding.
it was a bait and switch.
Butterfly is about understanding why the standard for man the way it is. This is what this specific question is. Because like I said, you sit here and we say, hey, as a man I need to step it up, which I think all men should, because I don't like deadbeat fathers. But I just feel like a lot of men are so caught up on providing that they miss what being a man is. That's the whole point of what I'm saying. Like as a woman, you want a man to protect, provide, and do these things, but you got to understand that man is human as well. And I think men have lost what a quality of a man is, and I think women has lost the quality of what a good man is. Like you say, he's a good man because he support his kids, support his family. That makes him a good man to some people. So I don't know. It's like I just feel like society, women's standard or man's standard for themselves is misplaced. That's how I see it.
Well, Cece asked, do you feel like the man is the one who's supposed to lead the house, or should it be a balance, like an egalitarian?
Like we spoke on last week, I think a man is supposed to balance. His job, his duty is to balance. So if he has to understand, okay, my woman is good at cleaning, I'll let her clean. I'm good at taking this, I gotta take this. He has to be the balancer. I don't think a man is the head of anything because, like we spoke yesterday, so if a woman is your backbone and your spinal cord consists of the nerves and everything it needs to control the head, that means the woman is actually kind of like in control, low key. So all I'm saying is a man is supposed to be a balancer, not just have pride in provision, but pride in balance. How many men has been in a position to provide for somebody and they have? And the table flipped around and they threw that same provision back in your face. Because the time you were spending waiting on this man to provide for you, the time you spent this man providing for you, all you was doing was digging yourself a deeper, deeper, deeper hole. So now, when you're ready to leave this man, now you ain't got nothing. So as a man, I don't want you to be lost. So I'm gonna let you work for yours. Because I don't want you, when you ready to leave me, I don't want you to have nothing. I'm gonna let you work for yours now, so you can have something when you go acting about it. For real.
You said
I
don't
don't
take
want.
mine.
I don't want to be like that, babe. I don't want to be like that. For real. Yeah.
Listen, I feel you.
So
But
I'm
I
saying.
don't know. I feel like there's more women getting away from. I don't really know too many women who are in that sort of traditional set of just being a homemaker. You know, the man is out working. I personally don't know it. And even if they, let's say the man was earning enough to take care of the whole household, the woman still wanted something of her own by working. You know,
Right.
she wanted. So I don't really know too many women that's home
And that's
today.
all I'm saying. Like, I just feel like every woman who gave me money, all my women gave me money. Any woman that's giving me money, it is not, they're not giving me money for them. They're giving me money for us. Any woman I put money into is not for her, it's for us. So all I'm trying to say is don't expect as a man, men who listening, women who listening about men, you should not expect something from a man that you don't expect from yourself. And as a man, you shouldn't expect to be something that you know you can't be. And that's why for me, I meet a woman who like finding things in life. I love, hey, whatever. But I'm not gonna kill myself to give you a Chanel bag. I'm not gonna kill myself to give you a ten bedroom house. I'm not gonna kill myself to do any of these things. Because Rashida, what I'm gonna tell you is, I almost killed myself getting these things from my women. I almost got sentenced to 20 years behind providing for my woman.
Yeah.
Living in a condo on Hollandale Beach, over 13th floor, looking over the whole ocean. This is how I was living at 24, 22, 24. So all this talk people be talking about fine and living and all, I did that, been there, done that, but I almost lost my life behind it. So you can't tell, like, people don't know what it takes as a man to work and provide and get yourself into a position to the point you've been doing all this. Now years later, look at you, you broke down like a 1996 monster.
See what I mean?
Out of the road smoke.
Listen, but you know, I do feel like people spend too much time talking about what they did for their partner. I don't. I don't even think people really truly know what it means to be a partner to someone. And I
Yeah.
know you don't like the word partner, but you know, just however you want to say it, equally. How do you refer to a relationship? Just
You
in
can be a partner.
relationship?
You can
Okay.
be all good.
Okay. But no, I mean, my whole point is, you know, people all continuously remind that person or other people of whatever they did for them, but that
Right.
doesn't make you a good partner. Just because you bought somebody something, just because you gave them the 50,000, just because. that those things don't necessarily make you a good partner to somebody.
But a
That just
lot of
means
people, a lot of people,
you had the means, to provide in that way, but it doesn't mean you're a good person.
and that's the thing. See, Lady V on my side,
Hmm.
live restricted for some audience, making
What?
things
What you say?
uncomfortable
You didn't say anything. Hey, Sheikah.
because they think I'm in the car. Maybe
But you're not driving.
no,
Yeah, that's crazy.
they just restricted my life. Every time I speak the truth, they restrict my life. Hey, Lady V, man, I like Lady V. Lady V said you should do it. You should do it to be happy together. It shouldn't feel like a job. Exactly what I'm saying. Like we need to do this to be happy together. This ain't about you. This ain't about me. This about us. And I
Hmm.
think a lot of people get that misunderstood. They get it misconstrued because they think it's about them, but it's really about us. And that's what I think that
Uh-oh. Did we
get it
lose?
misunderstood. And I think men, say it again?
Yeah, it's like
I
choppy
think
though.
men get misunderstood as well because I'm still choppy.
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm still choppy.
You good now?
Yeah, that's TikTok tripping, man.
Hmm.
But am I still choppy?
No, you good. Go ahead.
I just think men, hey Lady V, I like you, Lady V. Make sure you follow me. Make sure you follow me. Don't swallow me. But
Oh,
I think
that's why you get restricted. Go ahead.
I already got restricted. I'm on as well. Keep going. But for me, I just feel like people take pride in the wrong, like you said, the wrong thing. I
Hmm.
gave this to you. I give this to you. I did this for you. I did that for you. What else you want from me? See, that's the thing about it. Like we should be doing this together. It's not just me doing it. It's not just you doing it. It's us doing it together to be happy together. Because what sense does it make for me to provide for you as a man, but I'm not happy in myself? What sense does it make to bust my tail and work hard and make sure you got a house, make sure you got a job, make sure the kids taken care of, but I'm miserable in myself. I'm going to strip clubs every weekend. You know what I mean? I'm going to strip clubs every weekend. I'm drinking every day. What sense does that make?
Right.
I'm I'm destroying myself to build you up. That don't even make sense.
Hmm. Well, poor coping strategies as well. All right. Shifting gears. Well, before we shift gears, do you want me to come on your live so you can invite other people up as well?
Yeah, I can. I
Oh
think.
wait, no, you might have to come on my side because you may have to come on my side, Scar, only because your live just got restricted, right?
It don't matter to me. It says your live contains themes that some may find uncomfortable and has been restricted. Reason violates community guidelines. I don't know what I said though.
I don't know. I don't know what you said. That's why I said you may want to come over here.
It don't
Um,
matter. You can
if
do
you
that.
want to invite people on, so you're gonna have to drop down and then come on my live.
Hey,
And
Lady V. So everybody got to go to where you at, right?
yeah, love it or leave it underscore Rashida.
All right. So y'all got to. So everybody on here got to go to Love It or Leave It. We love y'all talking about. Everybody, that's weird. I know that's weird. So everybody need to go over to You gotta tell them what it is. Oh, matter of fact, it's right.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say love it or leave it
Y'all go to
underscore Rashida
go to
Rashida. Hey, Lady V is over here.
you go to Love It or Leave It underscore Rashida, right?
Yes.
Yeah, go to Love It or Leave It underscore Rashida, and we're gonna finish this conversation over there because for whatever reason
Yes,
they
Carly
blocked.
restricted, but I'll bring him up and invite him on, and then whoever else wants to come on. But the ground rules is just that we don't say anything disrespectful to one another, no cursing at one another, anything like that. You can curse, but just not at each other. Yeah.
Hey, Butterfly, I don't know if Butterfly's still on, but everybody go to see Rashida, Love It or Leave It underscore Rashida so we can finish this conversation. I don't know, brother. You
Okay, yeah, you
got
can click on my face, and then it'll allow you to click on my page from there.
if they click on your face.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, okay. Click on her face, y'all, and go click right in the middle of her forehead. Push that
It
button
ain't
right.
hard to miss.
It's hard to miss. No, it's hard to miss today.
Shut up, Scott.
Got the bang cover in it. What? Hey, click on her
I'm
and
trying
we can
something.
finish this
Trying
conversation
something.
over there. All right. So what I do just end the live, right?
Yeah, you'll end it on your side, and then you'll join me. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Miss Cece, you coming up today? All right, there you go. Let me share the live with Scar. All right, I'm gonna invite you. V Love Shot, you wanted to come up today too? Okay, there you go.
Hello.
Hello. There we go. There's Scar. All right. You can put your camera back on. All right. There you go. Okay, so the next question that we had is not really related to what we were talking about, but you had asked the question, why are some men easily bored or tired with their woman? Why do you think that is?
Hey, we need. Can you bring Butterfly in on the panel, please?
Oh, Butterfly, you want to come up?
She been craving.
Not craving.
Right. Listen.
Hey, Cece, you kind of fine on your profile picture. I can't lie.
I am dead. Thank you,
Kinda
Scar.
And she's fine
Thank
though.
you.
I went to her page. Listen.
Thank you, Scar.
How I became big though.
I put you big. Somebody else had there we go, Lady B. Okay.
Hello, and no, I am not craving. Excuse you, Scar. Hello, everybody.
You better correct the Butterfly.
Hey,
Hi,
y'all.
Rashida.
How you doing, baby?
I'm pretty good.
Good.
Hello, ladies.
Hello.
Let me put my hat on because it's
Yeah,
game
straighten
time.
that head up.
It's game time, man.
Yeah,
It's game
game
time.
time. So
Where,
you
where,
better
where,
say it right.
at?
Because I ain't in the comments no more. I can say what I want to say.
There you go, CC.
Do what you want to do. Say what you want to say. It's
Okay.
game time. Tighten up. Let's tighten up.
Tighten up.
Yeah.
So what
Okay.
we
Oh,
talking about?
he put a chain out. Okay, let's go, then, Scar.
I
Come
got
on,
the
call
hat
me
on.
Mufasa then. Let's go.
Let's go.
Okay, now
Tighten up.
go ahead. Go ahead and answer the question that she asked you.
I forgot the question.
Sorry, that's my baby. What'd you say, Scar?
He forgot the question.
Oh, I said it was your own question. You said, why are some men easily bored and tired of their women?
I think men are bored and tired. Get tired. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
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 Okay.
Yes.
I think men get easily bored and tired of their woman because men don't know what they want. I think as men, we think we know what we want until we get what we think we want, and then that's not what we want. So, and I think that's men's issue. Like, as a man, we can't decipher between what's good and what's bad, what we want and what we don't want. And I think women also do a good job of manipulating. I mean, she make us feel like she this certain kind of woman, but then once we get to know her, we realize she's not. She's psycho. Still got issues with her ex and her past. So I think that's why men get tired of their women quick, because they don't know what they want, and women not really themselves.
So can I say something on that? So I have a question. If men don't know what they want,
Scar,
and
open
they,
your No, don't do that.
If
No, I
men
got my
don't know,
in my eye.
if men don't know what they want and they get into a situation and they might not agree with certain characteristics of that female, but they still don't know what they want. Maybe those characteristics is what they need. Maybe it's not what they need. But if you don't know what you want, how you could determine what is a bad trait that you don't want if you don't know what you want?
Yes. And I
No,
agree. And I think with men, they,
hold on. Tell me, she asked me a question.
oh, well, go ahead, sir.
Okay, so for me, I think men don't know what they want, but they know what they don't want.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay.
Well,
So
Go ahead.
for me, okay, first I want to say, you in that car, we need more score in the car. You know that's gonna be the thing. We need more score in the car because you be spitting the knowledge in the car. Okay. Okay. Now for me, I would say the reason why that a lot of men get tired and bored with their woman because they, like you said, they don't know what they want. But see, they'll say that they want like a homebody or somebody who really doesn't go out and things like that. However, when they do get in their relationship with that actual homebody and she doesn't want to do anything like that he wanted, and then he's like, well, you never want to do anything or you never want to go. But it's like that's what attracted you and what you wanted in the beginning. You get what I'm saying? So as far as like they will go into the relationship knowing who this woman is, and then they want her to automatically change. You know what I'm saying? Because now he is in the life with this homebody that is bored. That that was how it was in the beginning. You get what I'm saying?
yeah. And then my take on it, I feel that men has not, they haven't tamed their appetite when it comes down to women. You have to tame your appetite because people are not perfect. And so you can get a really good woman, but your appetite is not tamed. You're constantly looking for something better, greater than what you have. You chose that woman because you felt like that was the woman for you. But if your appetite is not tamed, you'll never be satisfied.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
butterfly.
but the reason why you're not satisfied is because you don't know what you want to eat.
Well, you got to
Not,
tame your appetite.
but it's not about. I think in most cases, as a man, it's not taming the appetite. I don't know what I want to eat. There's times I went to Pizza Hut and I ate some pizza. I ate 2 slices. I'm like, man, I really don't want this. I end up an hour later pulling up the Wendy's to get some Wendy because that's what I really want. So at the end of the day, do I if I tame my appetite, am I settling for whatever I just ate? Do I just because I bought it, do I have to finish the plate? So basically that's what you're saying. If I
No.
bought it, hold on. If I bought it, I finish the plate and tame my appetite and don't eat no more until I finish the plate. Because that's what taming your appetite is
It's,
you had enough, know when you had enough, and even if you want more, don't get it.
See, that's the
so I feel
problem. A
like
lot of
men
men are
should,
not satisfied
yeah.
with
Where's
what
bro
they
yapping
have.
about?
That's the whole thing. It's like when you choose something, y'all are still looking for something else. The main thing that seriously, for men, like you said, they don't know what they want. That is your problem. A lot of times, y'all,
Exactly.
it's a self reflection that you have to do the internal to understand exactly, because a lot of times you don't know what you want because you don't know exactly who you are. And a lot of times when you don't know exactly who you are and what's going on in your own life, a lot of times that's the reason why we have a mindset that is all over the place. But if you actually do a lot of self reflection and internal work, you see, you will know exactly, oh, okay, your decisions will be more adamant. You get what I'm saying? Instead of all over the place. So I don't know, and I don't, because have you actually sat down with yourself and really asked yourself, like, what do I really like? Or what should I really, what's going to be, beneficial for me?
She is right.
Yeah, she's right. She's right.
Cece is right. But I think that's like more of men and women can do the same thing. Cause I like even me, I'm just gonna involve myself in it. Forget it. So
Please
like
do.
I did a lot of self reflection on myself. Like yeah, I got out of a situation. I had some things that happened into life that changed how I think of things and look at things. And I have self discipline. I had to have a self-disciplined journey. And when I have done that, I got rid of the people that was not for me because I'm on my journey. And then I had new people come into my life that was on a different journey. Then I started to be on a different path. And things started to be more clear. This is what I want. And I'm going to have self-discipline and structure into what I want. So what I feel like she is saying, might be saying, is that maybe sometimes that don't jump into a relationship so quickly and just do your own self-healing journey first. Before, then you will find out what you really want.
Yes, and like you said, it goes for men and women. We're just talking about men, but basically, men and women, it's the same thing. Because basically, when you are hungry, you'll most time eat anything, but when you're full, you wouldn't. So basically, and that's what it goes for. When you're healed, you'll pick somebody totally different in a relationship versus when you're not healed. You get what I'm saying?
I understand. Butterfly, what you were saying?
Taming your appetite.
Basically, that's what Butterfly was saying anyway.
Yeah, but to me, I don't think it's the appetite thing, because it's like nowadays, if you meet a woman and you vibing with a woman and you like that woman, the woman asks you, hey, what we doing? Like, I got feelings for you. Like, what we doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? And as a man, you be like, man, like, I don't know what to say. But and then you being a man not knowing what to say, you get basically punished by that woman for not having a response when she's ready to get a response from you. So it's kind of like you saying a man need to tame their appetite, but when a man tries to tame his appetite and try not to get too involved with any and everything, he's penalized for it.
No, I think that he's penalized for not telling the truth. When she asks you that question, you should just be honest instead of just basically making up lies so she can actually stay in your life.
But
So
why is that? How is that a lie when a man say I don't know,
no,
or a
no, no,
man
no.
say
Because like you said, basically you're saying about taming the appetite when she says like, "What are we?" Things like that. If you know that basically you don't see a future with her, or or something like that, basically it's like just go ahead and hey, I think let's continue to go with the flow. Basically, not setting her up for failure, not putting expectations or anything in her mind that could be a lie.
yeah, but end of the day, why
And
why are we being penalized? That's all I'm trying to say. Like
Why is it penalized? Because even let me say this, even if she
if I
if
ask you,
she
hold on one
asks
second.
you,
If I ask a woman, I say, hey, I got feelings for you. I really like you. I really dig you. Uh, and a woman say, I'm not ready.
Some
You know, right
feedback
now
on
I'm not.
somebody's line.
That's say that again.
I was saying somebody has some feedback in their background.
right?
And whoever got some feedback in
What
their
was it?
back,
They got to mute.
Yeah, if you can mute yourself.
you should mute or step out the junkyard for 1 second. So as a man, if I tell
I
a
think that
woman,
might be yours, sweetie.
meet mine,
Butterfly.
a butterfly. Then why am I wondering? As a man, if I tell a woman, if I tell a woman, hey, I got feelings for you. I want to know how you feel or same way about me. And she say, no, I'm not ready. I'm not ready to commit. I'm not ready to be with nobody. I'm supposed to understand that. Like I'm supposed to be like, as a man, we supposed to understand that and accept that. But if a woman say the same thing to us, then a man, it's got to be other women. It's got to be other distractions. It can't never be a man just still trying to heal it. It's like when it comes to men, it's like we don't have a, and this just not from women, it's from men itself. As for men, it's like we don't have a period of time where we can heal because we're always expected to be
Well, it's not. I mean, if that
be
person
ready.
don't understand, then that's not your person.
But we always expected
If that person doesn't understand you, then that's not your person. You know what I'm saying? So if you come to her honest and respectfully, and she's telling you, hey, I'm not ready to commit, and you saying it, and she's saying, well, it must be some type of females involved, right? then that person doesn't understand you. She is not meant to be on a journey with you. That is not your person. And then now you know, now your time is not wasted because you still have to honor yourself. You still have to be you. You still have to feel how you feel. That is how you feel. And if she can't understand that, it's not your person.
Yeah, but does that?
So you don't have to go through the hurdles to continue to force this person to see or feel where you're coming from, because the person that will see and feel where you're coming from is your person. This person is not for you then.
Yeah, but how many? I don't know because like I said,
Are you too speechless now?
yes, I'm speechless.
Yeah.
I don't know because at the end of the day, I'm trying to figure out. I've never met a woman that was really okay with me saying no or saying, "Hey, I need time."
Oh well, let me tell you, I don't know you, and if a guy was to tell me that, and I feel like I have feelings, so I want to move to the next level, and he said, you know what, I need some time, I'm not ready yet. I'm gonna understand that. You know what I'm saying? I'm still gonna be in this corner. We're gonna treat it like everything normal. We still gonna be us. You know what I'm saying? There's women out here like that. I'm one of them. But it just, like I said, that person was not your
You're not normal.
person. You just a learning experience, move forward. Your time wasn't wasted.
Exactly.
But you're not normal. Because right now I'm speaking on in regards to men as men themselves. Why do we respond the way we respond? Why do we do what we do? I know what you're saying that they're not my person. They're not a person for me.
That's because men love toxic women. So you're going to keep entertaining it because you're really infatuated with it.
You tell him.
It's like you complaining, but you're going to go back to it. Like, this person, that turned me on. That person turned me on. Like, she not understanding it. She don't want to see. That means she want me. See, I feel like a man loves to feel wanted. So anytime a female gives them the reaction that they looking for, they love it. They
Why do
feed
men
into
do
it.
that?
They going to gas it. They going to
Why do
feed
men
it.
do that though?
Well, until
Just because you guys.
I mean, I don't know. So I never met a man that'll complain about something that a woman did and don't respect how he feels and what his values are and still stay either. So it
Why
must
do
be that
men
he
love?
love the
Why do
toxics
men?
that coming from this woman, or she giving him some good
Why do
something
men love?
that keeps him
Why do
coming
men
back.
love toxicity?
because they haven't healed their inner childhood trauma or adult trauma. A lot of times, men are comfortable with tox- toxic women more so than going with a woman that's healed and that's well rounded. And a lot of the times, they overlook those women. They want to be comfortable where they can get away with every single thing. Everyone to match their energy. And see, you gotta
I
change.
feel
You
like
have to.
men
You have
test
to
you.
change.
They
Yes,
love to
and
test
you
you.
have to change. Sometimes your type have to change as well. You can't go always go after the type of what you're
Right?
used to. You have to go after what's needed for you, your soul, your body, your mind, your spirit. But a lot of times men don't look at it like that because they're not healed.
So how many women on this panel have dated men who weren't healed? And Penny, have you dated a man that was? Let's talk to Penny. Penny,
I'm
have you?
dating a man right now.
So I dated a man
Hold
that
on, let me
weren't
stop
that
talking to
was
Penny
not
right.
healed. From
Stop
your
talking
answer
to
to
Penny.
answer your
Talking
question,
to
I
Penny
dated
right
a
now.
man. I'm sorry,
Talking to
apologies.
Penny. Hey, girl.
I'm answering your question. I apologize. I'm sorry, go
Penny.
ahead.
Penny.
Yes.
Have you ever dated a toxic man?
Yes.
And why do you think you chose to date a toxic man?
Well, I broke up with him after he was toxic.
So once you found out he was toxic, you didn't stay with him.
Yeah, because I didn't want to be in a toxic relationship. You think I just want to be in a toxic
I knew
relationship?
that's where he was going. That's why I was gonna say something.
I
So,
gotta
because
say
I
this.
knew he was gonna say, "Well, if you knew he was already toxic, why did you date him?" But let me
I
tell
didn't
you
say that
something.
though. I didn't say that
They
I
though.
don't
felt
show.
like that's where it was going.
I didn't
Well,
So
say that. That's
All
not what
right.
I was gonna ask him.
I do want to get some order in the court because
Please.
well, I was
Lord.
gonna say this. A lot of times when men are toxic,
Lord.
they don't show you those traits up front.
Exactly.
They show you those traits once they have you in the relationship for a very long time, and then the mask come off, and
Yeah.
then you see the real side of them. But at the end of the day, it's about, like you said, balance, and it's about knowing who you are as a person. Now, once you see those traits, then you have to cut the cord because it's not worth your mental health. It's not worth it's not worth it. So yeah, you have to do what you have to do for yourself.
Exactly.
Okay, now we're gonna go to Nadej. I love hearing from Nadej. Okay, so, what were you gonna ask, Nadej?
So I was going to answer your prompt. Hi, everyone.
Okay.
I mean, what? Not your prompt. Your question. So I have dated a man who was not healed and was not loved properly. So when I try to love him properly, he didn't know what to do with it.
Hmm.
He took that for granted, and that's because he wasn't healed and was never experienced. It has never experienced what true love was.
I agree. I agree.
So,
And a lot of
butterfly, have you dated a man that was toxic?
I did, and it ended up in divorce.
Okay, CC, are you there?
Yeah, I'm back.
Have you dated a man that was toxic?
Yes, I think that every woman has dated a man that is toxic. And let me say, especially when I was younger, when I really didn't understand what a healthy relationship should be or look like, you tend to stay in that. But when you actually have gone through a lot of that and you learn from that, that's something that you try to stay away from and run from. So of course, I think that majority of women, especially if they dated when they were basically a lot of people dated that. Yes.
And
I'm not
and
gonna
guess
lie.
what?
I
And
kind of still
I
date
agree.
men that's kind of toxic. But here's the thing: there's a flip side to that, right? I feel like there's a time and a place to be toxic and not be toxic. It's like okay, it's a balance because I feel like okay, like even we as women, we still have those thoughts in our mind, like okay, a little toxic is okay, but it depends on what type of toxic and how far it is, how far they going with it.
Now, I will counter that before I bring the dash on. I will counter that and say that there's no um, toxic light. You know what I mean? There's no diet version of toxic. I think if you're a toxic person, it will just show more and more and more over time.
yeah, it'll grow. It'll
Hmm.
grow. And then you have to change your appetite. Like I said, once you experience peace and once you have experienced a toxic environment, a toxic partner, your appetite is totally different. Once you have poured into yourself, you don't want any of that anymore.
Right. T said that's like saying you're a little pregnant.
So, so can I say that there's a difference between
Uh oh.
the
The dash
difference? There's a difference between being toxic and not being healed.
Yeah.
Correct. I was about to say that.
I
I was
agree.
about to say who I was about to say who defines toxicity. Because a person like for me, a woman might think I'm toxic because or whatever. I don't know why, because I'm perfect. But
He's back.
Right.
I got the receipts to show that. No, but I think who describes what toxic is, who describes what a characteristic is, who describes what a trait is. Like I might be toxic because I tell my woman, hey, she might see it as toxic because I'm like, hey, don't be wearing them tight clothes somewhere, or don't be showing your breasts or showing your butt. Like this is not what we need to be doing. She might consider that as toxic. She might feel like I'm not my self esteem and my pride ain't where it needs to be. But in reality, I'm just trying to convey to her how she should respect herself as my woman. So it's like who actually describes what's toxic and what's not.
That is true because everybody toxic might be different. Like I might like your toxic, somebody else might not like your toxic. I might not consider it as toxic, somebody else might consider it as toxic. Everybody definition of it is different.
Who
So
brought that point?
let's
That
speak.
was the dash that said that?
Lady V give
No,
me she's toxic. Lady V, you
Lady
give
V,
me
I'm
off
gonna
that you
agree with
toxic,
TC on that one.
she
Oh,
give me
oh
she's
me,
still toxic.
oh me, you
I
love
think
my toxic.
everybody. I think anybody that disturbs my peace is toxic.
Exactly. Well, that's a different level. Yes,
Or
Period.
because honestly, I'm look. I'm 36. I work. I go to school. I have teenagers. At the end of the day, I'm done with trying to be toxic and find toxic in my life. I just want peace. And if we can't build together, we can't be happy together. We can't go experience and still different new things together, and we can't talk all our differences. Then I don't want it. I don't want it around me. Because I got too much going on in my own real life to worry about somebody else's who can't and won't get they together.
now
Hey, Rashida,
we can
Yes.
talk
let-
about fun. We can talk about fun toxic.
Right. That's why I said there's nothing wrong with a little toxic, depending on what it
No,
is.
I'm saying in a positive, not in a negative way though. In a
Right. That's what
playful
I'm
way.
saying, depending
You
on
know.
what it is, because
But
everybody
not in a
definition of it is
negative
different.
way. Not, and it's not personal. It's not something that's going to disturb your peace.
What's
It's
a
not
positive toxic? What's a
it, in a after dark type of thing. No, I'm just kidding.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what you
Oh,
mean,
well,
like
hold on.
toxic? Because it's
I'm just
a
kidding.
different.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Because
You
if
know how
my
you
guy
just
was to
no.
say,
You
"Hey,
know
I
how
don't
with
want you," if my guy
yes.
was to say, "Hey, I don't want you wearing that," I'm like, "Okay, he cared." Because most dudes they won't say nothing. You be trying to get their attention. Like this, my whole man right here, and you can't even get their attention. At least he focused on you.
No, playful when you have a spouse, you guys kind of play around. It's nothing serious. It's nothing serious. I'm not gonna say like it's nothing that would interfere with your peace. It's nothing that you cry after, but it's a playful type of thing to where you guys compliment each other, little, jokes or whatever. That's what it is. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay,
Nothing that
wait.
would disturb your
Hold on.
mental.
Butterfly, I'm so sorry. I was distracted. I apologize. Did you define what fun toxic was?
Just in a fun way. You know how you guys play around as a partner and different things, just in a playful way, in a loving way, not anything that's disturbing your peace or your mental health. You know,
So,
just
like, you mean like being playful, like, let me
yeah,
put this on. You better not be talking to nobody.
yeah,
Just
exactly.
joking.
Yeah,
Okay.
just joking and different things like that. Yeah,
I
but
want
I'm
the
so
next
nothing
question,
that's
please.
personal. What you
What's the
say,
next
Scar?
question? I want the next question, please.
God.
No, I'm saying, cause I think we touched on that. I want to know because these questions are serious. These questions I want to see. See, I seen Lady AJ in the building.
I will. So we're gonna switch. We're gonna shift the energy a little bit. Okay. So I want to ask Scar this question first, and then you ladies, if you want to chime in. Can you share a time when someone's support made a significant difference in your life, or maybe your career choice?
I think like I said, as a man, I don't know why we hold a woman's opinion so dearly. Like even from our mother, our mother's opinion. Like the man, we seek validation and value from women. All our homeboys can be telling us, "Hey, bro, you gonna make it to the league? You this, you that, you that." And as soon as the woman say, "You ain't nobody," the spirit is just dropped. You know what I mean? Or a woman could say, pat you on the back, say everything gonna be all right, and then everything good. So I don't know. For me, I just feel like the support that a man gets from women is what really pushes him. But I don't think he should be. It should be like that. I don't think a man should be so focused or influenced by a woman's support. It's great to have. I love every time a woman supported me. It made me feel like I could conquer the world. But I'm answering the question.
You're
But I
not.
don't. But I am. But
Because
I am.
I was waiting for you to pause so that I can say, can you please answer her question directly?
Okay. My answer to my question is when has support helped me? Support has helped me in my time of in my time. Let's say I was facing time. Let's say I was had a situation where I'm facing time. And she come to me and said, everything gonna be all right. God gonna help you get through it. Boom. That made me encourage me to get through it. Or times where I'm sick or something, and she come to me, or times where I feel like giving up. Matter of fact, there's one specific time that
Well, that's
stand
what we
out.
were waiting for.
I remember one day I was at this restaurant and I took this female to the restaurant. We in the restaurant and I had like a tough day, like because I own a car dealership, so I had a tough day. And I sat down and she started rubbing my back. Like she ain't give me no coochie, she ain't do none of that. She just started rubbing my back and told me it's gonna be all right. That 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 one time right there stood out to me for the rest of my life. I'll never forget that time when she rubbed my back and told me everything was gonna be all right, and everything felt all right, even though it wasn't. It felt like it was all right, and it allowed me to conquer and get through that night, get through the day. But I remember that one time, and this happened a few years ago, and that really changed my life. So that's my answer.
Well, I appreciate that. And before anybody else responds, I want to say this. I want to challenge you to think about that moment before you go into, well, why does a man need to rely on a woman's, support, to keep him going? Like, you had a situation where you were able to get through something that you were going through and you had the support of a woman and all she did was rub your back. So think to that instead of the negative part.
Well, the reason why I say what is I don't consider it as so much negative. I consider it as, what if a woman isn't there to rub my back? How do I maintain balance? Because, like I said, a man's duty is to maintain balance. So, what if there isn't a woman there to tell me it's gonna be all right? What if a woman? Matter of fact, I just came to Atlanta, and a woman told me, "Oh, we know how you are. We know you talk to different females. We know that you always got a female on the line." It was up to me to gravitate towards that and allow that to affect me, or I could say, you know what? It don't matter what she say. I took the route. Now it don't matter what she say, but back in the day, whatever a woman said to me, I went with that. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, at the end of the day, it's nothing wrong with a woman encouraging me, but what happens when a woman is not there to do that? What happens to us as men? Do we lose our identity because a woman don't tell us I'm a good man? Do I lose my identity because my woman telling me I'm a piece of crap? What happens at that point? If I cheat on my woman and I do her bad and she tell me I'm a no good man, do I accept that or do I try to work towards being a better one?
Okay, go
Well,
ahead,
can
Megan.
I say something? So you don't. So let me just say this, because when you was talking, if you don't ever receive it again, right? You can hold on to that one moment, though. At least you were, at least you was blessed to have that feeling that one time. At least you know how that feels. So if it comes in any other form, you know that that's not support. That's not genuine. That's not organic,
Hmm.
because you have experienced it one time. So be blessed that you have experienced
And
if
it's
it never
crazy
comes
because
back.
But I agree with that, Nadej. So my point is, even in our singlehood, right? It's not that we're looking to anybody, a man or woman, whatever your preference is, to try to get garner that support. We can, try to pull it up within ourselves. Be supportive to ourselves, right? Self love and care. But it is good to have that, when you are in union with someone, that person is also in addition, right, to be added on upon you to be supportive in whatever you're going through. I don't
Right.
think there's anything wrong with when you're single. I don't, well, I can't speak for everybody, but I will just say that if I'm not with anybody, it's not like I'm like, oh my gosh, I need somebody to help me get through this. Like, no, that's just saying that you don't have the self esteem, you don't have the self love, you're not caring about yourself enough to get yourself through those situations. That's just how
Yes.
I
So I agree with you. The first thing that I was going to mention was basically the wholeness within yourself, because a
Mm-hmm.
lot of times, a lot of people, they're very dependent on others. Like he said, basically he needed, someone to tell him it was going to be okay. Back in the day, there were, so basically I always say, that you will hope that your future partner or your partner actually is a whole person, when you deal with them, that they're not dependent on you for validation and everything, or they're not needing you for that, because the time that you actually lack saying that or giving them that, is going to be a problem. So you would hope that that person can stand 10 toes down by themselves. So when they do get with you, if you're an added bonus, to that instead of always, because I don't want to, a dependent man. I want him to already be whole, where he, what I'm saying, when he was by himself and single, that he, he wanted. I want a man who wanted that support, not needed that support. You get what I'm saying? Like he actually could stand on his own, and he, in times got rough, he know how to, dig deep within himself and, go to his faith or whatever he does, what I'm saying, to pull himself out instead of always looking for outside sources, to, pull himself, up.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
So I was always taught, like, well, always told, and I had learned myself. I was married. I'm divorced. I was the person that filed, but within that 10 years of marriage, I realized basically a lot of times you don't have that support, and you've left carrying the baggage, right? And you feel as though, well, since I'm doing it by myself, I might as well do it by myself anyway, right? And when you have that support, it's like you don't feel like you have to do as much, even if it's like that emotional support, financial support, physical support, whatever it may be, it's still a load lifted off of you as well. When you have that partnership, because it don't have to be about just a relationship if you don't have a partnership.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Yep.
Next question.
Are you okay?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm blessed.
Alright. I just want to make sure, just energy wise.
I
Welcome
was
to
yawning.
Atlanta.
I was at the studio till like 1 in the morning. Like, you know what I
Okay.
mean?
That's good. Did you well I'll talk to you offline. Okay. What does meaningful support look like to you?
What does meaningful support looks like to me?
Yeah.
Meaningful support is regardless of what's happening and what's going on, my woman got my back. I know if everything else fails, my woman is there waiting on me, making sure that I'm rescued some kind of way, whether it's through prayer, whether it's through financial support, physical support, coochie, whatever it is that I need. I want to make sure that my woman is there for me. That is real support. I think a lot of times as men we get we even as men we don't know how to support our women at times
Yeah.
because we're so affected by that woman's emotion or so affected by that woman's words that we stop supporting the woman the way she needs to be supported. And I think that's why I keep telling men our duty is to be the balancer, not the provider, the balancer. Because as soon as a woman acts a certain way, we start losing our sense of manhood. And that's just what it looks like to me.
So on the
Yeah.
reverse, so what does it look like for you to show meaningful support to your partner?
You talking to me?
Yeah. Like how would you show meaningful support to
I
your
would
partner?
show support by, if she wants to do something, I'm going to see how can I help. I'm very connected and network together. So it's like I'm gonna try to figure out how to make that work. I'm gonna pray for her. If she want to work out, I'm gonna work out. Anything my woman wants to do, I'm going to put the energy and effort in with her to do it. So that's just how I am as a man. And you can ask, I'm not lying. I got the receipts. I got the receipts to show you. I'm not lying. Any woman I dealt with,
Like a
she'll
Walgreens
tell
with
you.
me.
Yeah, listen.
Any woman that any woman that I've dealt with, I have really supported them in what I felt like they should be doing, and that's another mistake I made.
Right.
I see. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna say as men, we make that mistake. We support women the way we feel like they need to be supported, and we need to start really understanding what balance is. And we first, before we can get balance with our woman, we first got to find balance internally.
Yeah, I agree with that. Because like you said, your misstep was doing what you believe she needed for you to do. Which unfortunately I have to touch on this when we speak on emotions, right? Emotional support. Um, there's this there's this like video that came out. I think it was like on SNL years ago, and there was like a nail in the middle of the woman's forehead, and it was like a parody, a skit, whatever you call it. And she's like, "Oh, I have this headache, and I don't know what's going on. Like I'm just," and she's talking about the symptoms that she's feeling from this nail being in her head, but she don't know the nail is there. And her husband is trying to tell her, "Well, all you got to do is take the nail out of your head, and then you'll feel better." But the issue is that he was trying to fix the problem instead of just listening to her and how she felt. And so sometimes we want to let out, our emotions and how we feel about something and vent. But there are some men who don't allow us to be expressive. They'll shut us down.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Now that I got, I want to. Now that I got everybody here, listen. I've been trying to ask this question to a couple of my coworkers today, and we were so busy I couldn't. But since we on the topic of discussion, I would like to ask a question, if that's okay.
Knock yourself
Thank
out.
you. So I actually been talking to someone off and on. We met on a spiritual level, on a spiritual connection. I was going through something. For some reason, I just messaged someone out the blue. Anybody that I feel like would hear me, but because I was on a spiritual journey and this person was, I just messaged this person, and he didn't judge me. He heard me. He was there. We listened, and then later we started talking over the phone. We never met in person because he lived 3 hours away. But we've been on this off and on journey where we talk about God, we talk about religion, we talk about our own personal lives. And when we have something going on that we feel that is accomplished, we kind of share that moment together, even though we have not met yet. So he was looking for a job. He went to the interview. He didn't get the job. Me, I ended up going for my job interview and got the job. Something came, we started arguing over something small. I don't remember what it was. We stopped talking for a month. And when I came back, I'm working. I'm in my field. I'm making money, but he's not. So every time I explain, how my day was, or even when I'm at work, sometimes I'll call him and we'll talk. And I'm telling him, oh, I just, I love it here. I love this place. I'm off on weekends and I'm making this money.
Oh no!
He feels
Oh
like he's not accomplished, I guess, because I feel like he would kind of tear me down in what I'm doing because he's not there. And I feel like maybe his pride hurt because he's a man, or I don't know what's going on. But all I do is go to work and go home, go to work and go home, go work and go home. I'm not talking to anybody. I want to talk to him, but there's always a conflict there. And he's always listening to me. He's always there when I need him. And I'm to the point where I'm ready to drive 3 hours to go see him, but I don't know how that interaction might be because we had a falling out. And I start to have developed some type of feelings for this person because this person was there spiritually when I really needed him. And now we argue and we're not talking, but I still want to. But I said some things I can't take back.
What did you say? Like what? That's what I'm gonna ask you.
What did you say?
What is the fallout?
So
Where's the
don't
fallout?
listen. So okay, so y'all can tell me if I'm wrong. Y'all can tell me when I'm right, and that's what I need to hear.
What you said.
And I feel like that if I'm wrong, then I take accountability, right?
Wait, can I ask a
Stop
question?
beating around the bush.
Hold on. Wait, I was lost. So he didn't get a position, you did?
So we both, on both our ends, we were not working at the time. We both
Right.
lost our jobs. It was different jobs, whatever. So we were on a job hunt journey.
Yep.
I ended up getting my job, and then he didn't. Like, we stopped talking for a few weeks because we got into argument. We just stopped talking. It was so much going on around us.
Okay.
And then when we started talking again, because I reached out to him. We started talking again, like nothing ever happened. I'm started telling him how my day was at work, but he's not working because he didn't get his job. But now I feel like his pride might be hurt or whatnot.
Okay,
Cause
so what did you say? So you because we're lost in the
okay,
sauce.
y'all wanna know
You're
what
not
I
saying
said?
everything.
Okay, so when we got into argument, I told him when I left him, he was broke, and then when I came back, he was broke. So I
Oh
left
my
him where I
God.
found him. But
Oh
here's the thing.
no.
Oh, girl,
Here's the
you're
thing.
done. Oh, you're
No,
done.
listen. No, here's the thing.
Oh, there's no going
Okay,
back. You can stop stuttering. There's no going back.
because I know. But listen. So I messed up, and I admit that I messed up. And the
Just
reason why I allow my
That
anger
question.
the reason why I allow my anger to get the best of me and say things like that, which was really no excuse, but I acted out of character because I was just so upset. This person is I feel like is always trying to tear me down and what I'm doing, and all I'm doing is go to work, 10-hour shifts, going home. And I call him as soon as I get home. So it's not like I'm doing anything besides going to work and go home. So it's like, what am I doing wrong? Unless you're upset that I'm working. And if that's the case, because I'm not doing nothing else, and if that's the case, then we started arguing and he started belittling me, saying that I need to start thinking smart and clearly, and I'm not thinking or I'm not in a mental capacity to know what I'm doing and trying to tear me down. It's never, oh, that's good. I'm glad you enjoy your day at work and things like that. It's always I'm doing something wrong. And all I'm doing is going to work and going home. So I feel like maybe his pride is in a way where he's not working, he's not making no money. His family got to help him out. And I'm telling him, like, when he asks me, how's your day? I'm telling him, I'm calling him when I'm at work, I'm calling him when I get home. But I'm talking about my job. I'm not talking about anything else besides work and being at home. So what is the real issue?
This is the theme song to what's going on right now.
Is that what
Oh my.
Oh
it sounds like?
Lord.
Michael Myers.
Yes, get done. That's
So
it.
I'm more confused
Oh.
about the situation. Like,
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
but honestly, I do care about him. I do care because he, like I said, he was there when I really needed someone to talk to. He was the person I could talk to. I can't wait to talk to when I go on break. I can't wait to talk to when I get home. He was that person. And up until the point where he didn't have a job. And then he started to change.
That was so. What I just heard was so insulting. I had to cut all the lights off
Hmm.
and sit in the dark. I gotta sit here in the dark and think about
At
what you
least I
just
admit
said
it. But
because
I said I take accountability for that. But it's resulted in me being frustrated and overwhelmed of the arguing that me and him had going on, and I felt like I wasn't really doing anything wrong, but going to work and going home.
that's due to your low self esteem. Why you shot him
I don't
down?
know why.
Because you got low self.
Hmm.
Because you have low self esteem. That's why you
But
did
I'm
that.
trying to figure out where is the low self esteem coming in at.
Because anybody, like I said, as men, a man has low self esteem when he has to seek validation from a woman. He should know who he is without somebody else telling him that. Anybody that belittles anybody, whether it's a woman, a man, a child, a bully, whoever that you're doing it out of emptiness in yourself. So you're saying that, hey, like Nada J just said, you look down on him at his lowest point.
No, I was
If
not.
you looking
I
down,
was not looking down on him. Listen, I'm the type of female where if I want to see you and I want you, it don't matter what you doing and what you're not trying to do. As long as I see you trying to do something, that's all I care about.
it ain't about you
So
though.
it's
It ain't about
not
you
when
though.
I'm looking down on him because I can provide the table and the chair. Can you bring home the food for me to place the table and the chair on? So it's not that.
No.
It's I don't care what he don't and do have. I'm not in it for that because I done met people with millions and I done met people with zeros. But at least if you're trying to do something, you know what I'm saying? That's what
Well, wait,
matters.
hold on. I gotta go back. So, Lady V, I don't
Right.
want you to feel like we are piling on you. You did ask for
Mm-hmm.
our feedback, and that was probably the worst thing you could have said to him at this time of his
Well,
life.
see, the thing is, well, I understand that, but the worst thing you could say to me is when I'm out here trying to make a living so I can pay my bills, and I'm up here still trying to talk to you after. If I work from 8 to 5:30 p.m. and I come home at 6, you're the first person I call. I'm investing. I'm trying to get to know you. I don't want to get to know nobody else. I'm spending my time with you, so it don't matter what you got going on in your personal life, whether you have or don't have. I understand what I said, but it was things that he was saying to me, and I shouldn't reacted. I feel like every action has a reaction, and I shouldn't never reacted off of whatever he was doing and
Right.
said that.
So I think Scar's point when he was saying the low self esteem part is prideful, right? So if somebody's coming at us crazy, right, the reaction is on you. How you react to that person. Unfortunately, because of where he was at, you had to take the high road. I'm not saying you had to take abuse. That's not what I'm saying. Like if he was being verbally abusive, okay, no, that's not okay. But I'm just saying maybe he, like you said, was frustrated. I don't know what he said to you that led to you going that low, but I just don't think that it was the right, it was the right thing to do in that moment. I know you said it was frustration, but I'm just trying to understand why.
So he got mad at me because basically, I'm working for one. Like he's saying that because all I care about is money, and I said no, I don't. But I got to make something to pay the bills. The lights got to stay on. Right where you at, there's light on, so you got to pay the bills to keep the lights on. So I'm not saying that's what I care about, but I'm saying that that's something that's needed for me to live. And if you feel like what I'm saying is wrong, then that's the issue. Because even what I'm saying right now, I said the same thing to him, so I'm not saying anything wrong.
Okay, if I can say something, if I can jump in here, Lady V, like I said, so we, now we all family in here, so we got to be honest. And so, from you asking that, what I'm saying, we actually giving you external, what I'm saying, opinions because we're not, we don't know exactly what happened. However, basically hearing that, I think it shocked the whole group when we was like, whoa, so hearing those words when he was at his lowest, like I said, to a man or to anybody that would, extremely, what I'm saying, hurt your pride and put you in a space where I think that he would never be able to be vulnerable with you because you hurt him at a time when he, what I'm saying, couldn't even, what I'm saying, provide or do whatever. So I think even what you saying, I think that you know, you like him and you probably wanted to work, but however, I think even I would say to ask yourself, would you even want to be with someone that is jealous of you when what I'm saying, doing good for yourself or something like that? You know what I'm saying? I think you have to ask yourself that question first.
No, I don't. But I honestly
Yeah.
feel like I understand what I said, like hurt somebody at their pride, but I feel like that's a two-way street because how you know he wasn't hurting mine?
Well, that's what I said, Lady V. I was saying it was your
Like
problem.
I'm invested in you. You live 3.5 hours away. Mhm.
Rashida, what's that? Not a
No,
J.
I
Who?
get what you're saying. Like, so I see what you're saying, but like, in order to be a man peace, you have to also understand that I need peace too, to order to help you be your peace. Like to be a man's peace, I have to have peace too in order to be your peace, right?
Okay.
So if I'm
All right.
frustrated, if I'm
This is
upset,
my point.
how you expect me to be your peace if I'm upset? So I need
You and
peace
him is
too in
gonna
order to complete your peace.
forget about it.
Right, but we talking about the
Listen, me
high
and him,
road though. We're not matching energies, and like Intrinsic said, it says two wrongs don't make a right. So if you see he's here, you gotta be here.
Nada J, we waiting on you to
Yeah, I'm
speak.
mute.
Nada J.
We waiting on you.
I'm waiting on Nada J.
Go ahead.
Jesus. So I was putting all these things in the comments so I can remember what I had to say. So let me just say this. You can't be his piece. You already demonstrated that. I'm sorry for everybody that likes to coddle or say something nice. I really do raw. I don't even know how to sugarcoat it. For real, for real. But let me just say this. If you understand a man, which I'm not going to assume anything. So I hope this is not coming. Don't think of this as an attack. But if you understand a man, every woman wants a man to be a provider. So you have to, at this point, after you had your win, right, of getting a job, you have to put yourself in that place of your man and understand that his ego at this point is probably damaged, right? He probably feels like shit that he didn't get a job. And so now here you are telling him about your day, as you should, right? But also have an understanding, be cognizant of what this man is going through and trying to find and get a job, right? So that he can be at your level. Regardless of what he's saying, you have to give him grace at this point, because when you become a couple, when one is weak, you have to be strong. You don't kick him while he's down. You don't make him weaker, right? So at this point, when whatever he's saying to you, he could be lashing out. At this point, this is when you turn off your ego and talk to him in a way that it's okay. Whatever he's going through, it's okay. Like, you're gonna get it. Encouragement, right? That's where encouragement kicks in. Here's the thing: if you think that you're gonna have a relationship with him, let's just say for whatever reason he found a job and he's like, yeah, I'll give you another chance. In the back of his mind, he's always going to have that. In this moment with her, if I lose a job or if she makes more than me, if you all get in an argument again, I'm assuming you might come out your neck and say, well, I make more money than you, so you ain't got a da 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 da, because of what you already said. Not only that, at this point, you created an atmosphere and an environment in your relationship of competition. He is now going to try to get a better job so that you don't ever have to throw it in his face.
And you know
So
what's the sad part? You're right. You're absolutely right. And I agree with you. And I can see where I was wrong at. And the sad part is about this whole situation is I don't even care about none of that. I just want to be with, don't you know when you want to be with somebody you don't care about
but
anything
listen,
like that? So
it's
listen to finish. Let me finish what I'm saying,
okay.
because then I don't want to reflect and go back on what I had said. So what I'm saying is, moving forward, I really want this person. I don't care if he doesn't have a job currently. I don't, whatever it is, I was always taught growing up anyway that the man is supposed to be the provider and the woman is supposed to be this. But I realized growing up, if that man failed, I'm willing to hold that man down. Like until he get on his feet. That is the kind of person I am. Hey, you don't have a job? Well, let me see if I know somebody or know some resources that I had networked with to help you. You know, that is the person I am the supporter. I am the person, no matter what you're doing, is not going to judge you as long as I see you're trying and you're putting in effort. That's all I care about. I'm willing to buy the playing cards, buy the bottle, buy the food, whatever it takes, because I just want to be around you. I just want you, and that's all I want. And that's the sad part of it all. It was done out of emotion.
But you meant it though.
It was really done out of emotion than anything else, because if he came to me today and he still didn't have nothing, I still want him.
I understand, but here's the thing.
Hashtag
Even if it was
something.
done out of emotion, you thought it, that means you meant it. So why would he trust
I didn't think of it like, oh, you broke, you can't do this. No, that's not how I was thinking. I was thinking, are you
Can I
mad
share a
because
story?
I'm
Can I share a
working?
story?
It
Can I
was
share a
more
story?
Wait,
it
hold
was
on.
more
Let's hear from a
Yeah,
male.
I was.
it's more, let me, it's my situation. So it's more,
Share a story what
it's
happened to
more,
me
I'm
three
not
times.
mad that, I'm not upset, oh, you ain't got no money, because I done been with men with no money. It's not that. It's the fact is that, are you mad because maybe I have progressed when we connected back and you have not? It was more of that than anything else.
Lady V, I think I'm a piggyback on
Listen to the story.
something that
Hello,
Rashida.
hello, hello,
Well,
hello.
hold
Can
Oh,
I
on.
share a
Let's Star go because he's trying to say something, but we can't hear you that well, Star.
yeah, I was just about to say
Can you hear me? Can
he
you hear me?
Yeah,
not really. It's
Can
you
you
got
hear
to
me? Can
talk
you
up.
hear me?
yeah, it's better.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Hmm.
Okay. I had a relationship with a young lady. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I had a relationship with a young lady. She was she was a head of HR in a big construction company. I just came back from St. Louis from a record deal that I didn't get paid for. I ended up meeting her, and I end up getting into a car accident, and I end up hurting my arm. So she came visited me at the hospital and told me I could move in the house. She wanted to date me, moved into the house. So one day, like a month later, she loses her job. So when she loses her job, I'm sitting in the house. She like, hey, I got to do this, I got to do that. She say, hey, somebody around here got to do something. Somebody around here got to work. Do what she said. Say you ain't working. Somebody around here got to work, right? So she know what I'm going through now. She know I just had a car accident. She know I just came back from the record deal. She know that I'm not trying to go to the street. She know all of this. She said, hey, somebody got to work. Do you know that those words she told me stuck in my brain? And I said, and I didn't verbalize it till years later, but it stuck in my brain. She told me this. I went out there. She ended up giving me $10,000. She gave me 10 bands, whatever. When she gave me $10,000, I went out there, turned the money from 10 to 25. I gave her back 10 and some, and I kept the money and did what I had to do. Fast forward, I kept a grudge in my heart for years. Because at my lowest point, you shot me down like that. So now I start sexing other women. I started doing all this other stuff. And it's crazy because years later, I told her. I finally admitted to her. I said, you know the reason why I did you like that? I went back to the day when she told me that. So what I'm saying is, if you're in a relationship with a man and you stay with a man after you knocked him down at his lowest point, if y'all don't get some kind of counseling or understanding or whatever, he gonna keep that back in his mind and he gonna do you real nasty to get back at you. So you gotta be careful. That's how I did her. I did her the same way. I waited years to finally tell her, hey, this is why I did it. So if you stay with him, if you want him, I'm telling you, you're gonna have yourself this nigga the dude gonna try to get you back. So you gotta be careful.
Even when you saw Scar, like he literally went dark. Like, well, I mean, all of us, we kind of grasped, but we didn't know what to do. But to visually see a man be like, oh my God. And that's not even him. Like, though you have, and I get it, you're going to go see him. Like he said, a get back is going to be nasty. If you think you heartbroken now, baby.
But see, what I don't do is I don't manifest things into the universe.
Okay.
But
You want to be reality.
but what I am saying is this: that's really up to the person. I think I know what I said is wrong, and I already took accountability for that, so I'm not gonna keep doing it. But I know I do know him more. You know what I'm saying? So I know it really depends on the person. If he knows that at the end of the day I said some stuff, but that don't take away everything else that I done said to him, that supported him, everything that I have done for him, that I was there when he needed it. So it don't take away everything else. It's not like I got to know this person last week or last month. No, this person has been around for a good grip, right? When a person know you, they know you. And maybe that's some things I can work on within myself to change, and I'm willing to do that.
So I'm a jump in, and I guess I'm going to comment on what I was trying to initially say way a while ago. You mentioned something about being his piece, and basically him being your piece, and whether you was going through something and he was going through something. And maybe it's the Taurus in me. I'm a very practical person. I deal in realism. When it comes down to relationships, when it comes down to like a household construct, because as I understand it, you two weren't living together. Y'all were about 3 hours or whatever the case is apart, both jobless. When you say something to the extent of being a person's piece or in return wanting someone to be your piece, I am a firm believer in instilling peace in yourself first. And I agree with what Scar said, because when you may not be a manifester, so to say, or you may not want to say things that you don't want to come to pass like later as we speak in the now tense. But You said some hurtful things to a guy that you potentially could have been building a life partnership with, and your words hold power. And even if you felt like in that moment you both were upset, you both were angry, you both were mad, um, still that does not change the fact that your words hold power. Now, I will not say what will or won't happen because none of us on here are God. We are God like. God is within us, but we are not God to say that if you go to this man, he will not forgive you. But there's two different struggles. There's two different problems, and he has his own inner work that he would have to do. And you also have your own inner work that you would have to do. And I do believe the first step to that is accountability. And regardless of whether you feel as if you have taken accountability or not, the promise of I'm sorry or it won't happen again only comes with repetitive behavior. It comes with consistency, and it is not up to you to determine the stages of forgiveness, so to say. So if he feels as if you were genuinely sorry or you were genuinely empathetic um, about your words, it would be on him to take that and say, okay, well, let me stand here in this moment with her and see, that that's something that, she is actually capable of being trustworthy again. I mean, let me stand here with her and rebuild the trust. But before it can be rebuilt with you, he has to build it up now within himself. Because if we go back to what Scar and Rashida are asking, I do believe the questions that were being posed were how we can find or build that up within each other. And so as a person's partner who is on a job hunt with them, um, both in a space of, I'm gonna just call it detriment. We don't know exactly what your headspace was, but between you and him, the two of y'all were in a low space, which means that the two of y'all should have been trying to build up each other and create a safe space for each other and help encourage one another. You got the job first as women, because scientifically we tend to, I'm gonna say, mature a little quicker than men. I personally, AJ, I believe that something in you should have clicked to let you know. Well, me mentioning, like the mere mention of my job right now, might not be what he wants to hear. The mere mention of me actually stepping into that moment of success before him might not be beneficial to the outcome of the situation later, because he's still trying to find the job. And it's not to dampen the light on your success or say, hey, we're going to shit on her parade. No, it's literally to say, when you're dealing in practicality, the truth of the matter is one out of the two people in the situation got a job while the other one is still jobless. Hey, babe, um, I got the job. I did say that, blah, blah, blah. Let me be like an encouragement to you not to give up. And the only reason that I'm saying that is because Rashida can attest to it. This just happened to me last year. Like, I was just in a situation with my man where, because he wanted to leave the oil rig or leave Odessa, Texas, from being there about 12 years, and decided to come back home after his mother died, he took a pay cut because he left his job. They don't have an oil rig in Louisiana down here. So he was trying to find a job. And there was a point where those low moments that he kept experiencing, or that time where he needed the encouragement, they had to come from me. And I was within the midst of changing careers. Yes, I taught school for years. I'm an educator, and I drive 18 wheelers. So it was nothing for me to decide, like, I'm gonna change careers, do the waiting period, and get the job. But once I got it before him, that's nothing. We didn't live together either. We stayed about an hour and a half apart. And so when we had conversations about my job, it was more so, hey, um, I got the job. How do you like, where you working? It's okay. We ain't got to talk about that. We're not bringing the stresses of my job into this household. What about you? Have you found something else to apply for? You need help working on your resume? You this, you that, you blah. Because in that moment, I knew, being his woman, and him being, now he big stunt. So him taking like a pay cut, going from whatever is in his savings to now having to replace and replenish how his financial income is going to come in, I knew, okay, one, this man, there was a point where he was the person that everyone was coming to financially. He has gone from that to now being in a space of need to just find basic level employment. I can't be out here flexed out talking about what's going on at work. And if I wanted to, I'm not throwing it in his face because we both were just there. We both were just, in the space of we're in need. And because when you decide to partner with someone, whether you reside with them or whether you live miles apart, a partnership is literally about how two people correlate with one another, going in whatever direction it is that y'all are attempting to travel. And when you do something that goes against the wave, or when you decide, hey, as your partner that is in this ship navigating to whatever destination we're going to, I'm going to do something that goes against the grain or say something that goes against the direction that we are trying to, accomplish together. That hit that you take, the only way to steer back in the proper direction is to do the inner work. And for you, I've heard you say, oh, I took accountability. I don't want to keep apologizing. But then after accountability has been taken, it is on him to say, okay, I see that you are apologetic and I hear, that you are, taking accountability. However, the measure of it that has to be in place, that's on him to count. That's on him to calculate. And in order for him to do that, he has to be in that moment with you. And if he chooses to, kudos to him. But there's going to be inner work on his part because now the trust has been broken. He can't trust you to be the person that, reignites his passion or helps him in a time of need. And I'm not saying that you aren't trustworthy. That does not diminish that you will probably help pay for stuff for him, do stuff for him. That does not, like it does not strike out the light to the candle that you lit in his life during the time that it was lit. However, in the now tense, that trust has been broken and it takes real work to reestablish it. Now, no one, not me, them, you, us, no one can say what he will or won't do. Is he probably hurt by this shit? Yes. Yes, friend. You fucked
But
up.
honestly, and I respect you, and you gave me some jewels, and I'm gonna take it with me. Like, and anytime I feel like I'm being too much, I'm gonna reflect back on what you said, and I respect you because you didn't see it as one sided. But I am gonna say this.
You manifested the destruction of your relationship when you
So,
said that.
so I'm gonna say this. I feel as though if the words was repeated of what this individual also said, then it wouldn't just be what you said. I understand what I said, maybe because I'm always the person to admit the things that I've said that is wrong, and I'm willing to do I'm always the person that's willing to do the work because I'm willing to know and learn new things. So that's not an issue. Um, but I also feel like there's work that he's gonna have to work on, and there's work that I have to go work on myself. Is work he's gonna have to work on himself as well, and I'm willing to do the work.
And
Um,
that's the first step. But you being willing to do the work, honestly, has nothing to do with him. Him being willing to do the work has nothing to do with you because that's self work.
no, I
That's
get what you're saying.
that's inner
That's
work. But
so I
when
get
your
what you're saying
words,
because the reason why I get what you're saying because I feel like I've been down this road before in my own personal journey,
mhm.
but without just being another man figure or anything involved with dealing with a man. I had to work on myself. It has nothing to do with a man. It has nothing to do with what he can provide. It has nothing to do with the opposite sex. I feel like it's just me personally in my own life and my own ventures my own journey. So that's a self-reflect thing that I have learned to grow from. And a lot of times our feelings get wrapped up in situations. And honestly, we all have said some things in our whole entire life. We all have said something that we regret. So it's just being human and learning from the things and wanting to grow from the things.
Well, now you're in a space where you understand. I'm just gonna be real with you. If you got the
Regardless of what you
time,
do, everything has
huh?
consequences. So
Yes, that's what I was just
I'm
about to
saying
say.
everything in life, everything got consequences. So you can't say. And for me, a lot of people say It's a self thing. Like you get yourself together, I get, but the reality, and Rashida, you and y'all tell me if I'm wrong. The reality is we influence other people's actions. We influence other people's responses. We influence other people's reactions. So even though it's a self thing that we have to do, even though it's a self thing he has to do, a self thing I or you have to do, it is influenced by society. It's influenced by what we see and what we deal with on a day-to-day basis. So we can't act as if what we do don't affect somebody else's responses and reactions and perspectives.
Right. Because it's
And
a
I agree with
basically
Cece.
what you
Cece,
said.
I
It's
agree with
a
you.
reaction. Like if there's no action imposed on you in the beginning or imposed on us in the beginning, there is no reason for feedback or a reaction. So, we like Scar said, for every action there is a consequence, whether it's a good one or a bad one. That depends on
But here's
what
the thing:
you
I'm
put out
willing to
there.
accept those. It's not like I did something, so throw me the consequences. I take it. No, that's not what I'm
Well,
saying.
see, let me
I'm
let
saying
me let me
what I'm
say this
saying
to
is
you,
it's
V.
work before I be judged and characterized. Let me finish with my statement. What I'm saying is I'm willing to accept that journey. I'm willing to go on that journey, whether it be good or bad. That is just part of the consequence, right? But I'm willing to accept it because I genuinely feel for what was said, and
But
I
you
can't
keep
take it
saying
back.
that you're willing to accept it, and I think what you're missing it now. Somebody, I at first I wasn't trying to go there. However, it's giving it's giving Lululand a little bit, and it's not necessarily saying that you don't have remorse or you're not sorry for what you said, but you saying I'm willing to accept it based off of another person's actions. You did something that caused the reaction or that caused the consequence. You have no other choice but to accept it, and
So
whether it was
Lululand is not really understanding what someone's saying to you. So what I'm saying is I get it. I don't know how else to put it. Like I understand. Like I get it. I don't know. However you would put it, that's how I'm putting it. How about that? Like, cause I don't
I
know
guess
how
the
else.
question is what are you asking, like, of the collective? Like, how are you asking for advice on how to maybe right the wrong, or are you just asking what people would do? Since Scar and Rashida are leading this session, like, are you wanting them to kind of like help you to navigate a healthier communication mechanism between you and your male friend? Like, what exactly is it are you looking for, so that once you leave the live, you'll have like another essential tool in your box to help you, I guess, make better choices or do better moving forward. Like, what is it
To,
that you
to be
need?
honest, I feel like it. I'm just gonna have to just figure it out on my own.
Okay.
Because you asked me, the relationship over. You asked me,
I don't think it's over.
it's
I
over.
think
And
people just lose hope in their own
let me
life.
finish what I'm saying though. The relationship
I don't
over,
think it is.
and
I mean,
okay, for
I could
sure.
bring him on
But I'm just
live
to give
if
my
that's the
opinion.
case, because I don't. That's what I'm saying. I don't think it
I'm just
is.
give.
That's how confident I
I'm just
am.
giving. I just give my opinion. Can I finish what I'm saying? I think the relationship is over. You got a better chance of starting a new one with him, whether it's with him or somebody else with him, than to try to go back and try to right that wrong. You got a better chance of starting a brand new situation with him than you do going back and say all the encouragement I gave you, all this I did. You whatever was done in the past, leave it there, whether it was good or bad, and start afresh from today. Because if you start going back and trying to dig up the bones and the skeletons and all that, you can't. You know what I mean? It's degraded.
I mean,
Not degraded.
if that's the
It's
case,
supposed
that's
degraded.
that's
It's done.
between the if God had what He has for me is for me. If it wasn't meant to be, it wasn't meant to be. If things can't be forgiven, because we all should be forgiven, and if it can't be forgiven, then fine. I move on. I move forward. I'm a big girl. I'm a woman. I know how to move on.
Now, I will say this,
I have
V,
one question. Can I
To
ask one
Scar's
question?
point.
To
I don't
start
want you
off,
to
like
think
I
that
actually did move on. I
him
met a
saying that
basketball
he
player today.
Oh,
So I met an NBA player today. I actually could move on, but I don't want that. I need this person around me instead. I messed up and I
Honestly,
said what I said.
if I was on the 10th floor, I would have jumped out the
Can I
So
can
window.
I
I'm
ask
so
well,
one
I'm saying
question?
because I
Can
that's
met
I
an NBA player.
I guess
can
So
I
I
was
ask
about
one
to say
question?
to Scar's point
Mhm.
when he said
Out of
that
Jay, what?
he felt like you would have had a better chance starting over. I think he was just saying that like wiping the slate clean and maybe giving all of the things that you would have initially given so that you would not be trying to dig yourself out of a negative hole would be like you have better chances like your the probability would outweigh you trying to fix this. I'm not saying whether you can or can't, but the fact that, um, the matter is there's a lot of work that seems to need to be.
that's fine, but this is the reason why a lot of people don't express their own situations is because quick people instead of telling you or showing you like okay, like she said, I don't know what her name is again, but Lady AJ,
That's me
like
talking.
like she said, okay, that's
Yeah,
you.
that's me
Okay, so you
talking.
said at the beginning, hey, I see where you're trying to come from, right? And you got to have that understanding because if you quick to judge and throw stones, and you throwing stones, and you live in a glass house, and you quick to throw stones, and you said this, so I'm gonna attack you. You said this. How will I really learn? And all I'm feeling like is you attacking me. You're not showing me
You
big
want to hear
sis
what you want
or
to hear,
little
but
sis
you want to hear what you
energy.
want to hear.
What you're
You
doing
want to hear
is
what you want
you
to hear,
putting the
though.
next person down, knowing when the live go off, you got your own demons, and that's not
But
fair.
you want to hear what you
What
want to
was the
hear,
point?
though. That's the thing about it. If
Right.
you what's the point of asking the question if you already got the answer?
I asked a
What's the point?
question, but I didn't
Well,
just
that's
get
why, yeah.
attacked.
So
So
we
It's a
you
don't,
difference between being
so
attacked
that
and
we
asking
don't
a
get off
question.
on the wrong foot. So
Yeah.
we gonna let's
It's a difference between
reestablish.
being attacked.
so
Lady
this is
V,
not
Mute
this
up.
is
let's
not
Mute
on.
reestablish. I
up.
guess you could say
Let's
like
be the
the
tech.
tone of the live when Scar made the comment stating that
AJ,
he
hold on
felt
one
like I
second,
guess
okay?
you could have a better chance doing something
AJ,
new. I don't think that was what's
stop.
said.
Just 1 second, okay? I want to make sure that
Yeah, I'm
we
gonna jump out.
establish the ground rules because I don't feel like anybody necessarily disrespected you, Lady V. And if you feel like there was any disrespect on my part, I will apologize. I think what we were doing here was trying to give you some constructive feedback about what happened. And I also made the point, I said, please don't pile on. I did say that. Um, Now, I just wanted to get that point across because I don't think it was an attack on you. I think we were really trying to help you through it. It wasn't from a place of judgment, but rather from a place of love.
When somebody say, "Oh, he ain't coming back," I bet my house on it. That's an attack. That's an
Okay, so
attack.
I
I'll
personally
put my
didn't say
car on
that
it too.
myself, and I didn't hear that.
I said it in the
I put my
comments.
car on it too.
I'm the one that said it.
Okay.
Yeah, I put my car on
Lady
it
It
V, I
too.
was
think we've
said,
just
which is
given
why I
our
made the
honest
comment that none
opinion.
of us are
No,
God and we
okay.
can't speak
So
for. So let's do
That's
this.
true.
You
I
and
mean,
his
I don't.
experience,
I'll
that's
be
y'all's
quiet.
decision to make. And if you got on Rashida and Scars Live tonight, 4 questions, I do believe the approach would have just been to ask how you could have better navigated this. I wasn't even trying to go this direction. I just wanted to make a comment about forgiveness. Um, I don't want you moving forward from here to confuse what Scar was saying. I don't think that it is necessary for you to be with a person, or you made the comment you needed him. So I don't think that it is necessary for you to be in this situation like in a forceful manner if it is one sided. Whether it's one sided or not, we don't know. We're not there. You're right. We are not in the know or privy of how the conversation went or you two's conversation. But forgiveness for him does not necessarily mean that you two are going to be together. And that's for anyone. So when Scar made the comment that you can forgive and move on or do better with someone else, I personally agree simply because I feel as if it would give you a better slate. Now, if you are willing to put in the work, that's you. If he is willing to put in the work, that is him. And if you two can come together and try to like rebuild and reestablish trust, then that speaks to, the partnership or the dynamic between the two of you. However, if he feels the need to just say, I forgive you, but I'm moving on, I don't want you to take from this live that because the word forgiveness and move on were said in the in the same sentence, that means one can't exist without the other. So when you question Scar and said, "Well, how can he forgive me?" and he doesn't like, if he don't want to be here, like, what's the point of forgiving me? Forgiveness does not, it's not indicative of staying in a situation. Forgiveness does not necessarily mean, you know, that you are required to, stay steadfast in a situation. You can definitely forgive and continue to, progress forward. That does not mean that you stay and retry your hand again. That doesn't mean that you have to move on. I just didn't want you to mix up what Scar was saying, because I do believe in that moment he did say it was his personal opinion. He was trying to give you um some sound advice, because you got to think about it. It's a bunch of us ladies on here. I'm not going to ask ages. That's not my business. But I'm just going to say or assume that most of us are grown. So it seems as if he's trying to give you, the standpoint of where men in general, or at least men who think similar to him, would come from. And if you feel as if that's not something that you want to accept, that's not the advice that you want to take, then I just say me and Rashida, we have this saying: if it don't apply, let it fly. You take what you feel is for you, and then the rest, thank you, and move forward. I just don't want their lives to turn into like
I know what you're
a
saying.
combative,
And I
going
thank
forward.
everybody for, giving me the advice um and constructive criticism, which I really needed. And I appreciate it. But
Yes.
I do feel as though that I'm gonna give it one more chance. And it's like you said, somebody said before, it might have been you. It's up to him whether he wants to, and it's up to his time whether he feels that he's up to it. But I am gonna at least put it out there that I am apologetic. I'm gonna be
Yes.
working on myself, and that I I really do like you, and I do care about you, and I really do want to be here for you and with you, no matter what.
And the
Is
words
he
are
on the live?
actions behind it, right, Lady V?
Yeah, I'm gonna show action. I'm gonna give him his space, but I am gonna at least let him know. But I'm gonna give him his space after that, and allow him to reach out to me when he feels as though he wants to or he is ready.
Right.
And
Or you
Lady
could
Can
V,
I
I
ask a
encourage you
question?
to
How long
pour
have
some of
y'all
that
been
love into
talking?
yourself.
Lady V, how long have y'all been
So what's
talking?
next?
He said, "What's next?"
Rashida, what's next?
Girl,
well,
Scar
you
is
can
on
you
here
can go ahead and
scarring.
pass it
Time
over
ticking.
here like Marsha Ambrosius
And
said.
I did meet one of my favorite NBA players today, and yes, he wanted to link because somebody had mentioned that in the comments. He
What his
wanted
name
to.
is?
I can't. Well, he's Keisha Cole, baby daddy.
No,
Garland. Not Garland.
no,
Derek.
Ruby.
Okay,
Ruby.
yeah,
Gibson. Gibson.
Rashida. Next topic.
Yes.
Yes, next
Okay.
Next
topic.
topic.
Yeah.
Next topic.
Next topic.
Moving right along. Okay. Welcome to the panel, Intrinsic. Thank you for coming up. Um.
Yes.
All right.
I'm leaving at 10 o'clock. I'm telling you all that now.
Okay.
Cause we
Me
spent an
too,
hour
friend.
talking
I'm
about
jumping
somebody.
off
We spent that.
in
I'm
10
telling you, cause
minutes.
we spent an hour. We spent an hour talk. Matter of fact, yeah, 7 minutes. I'm gone. And an hour. We spent an hour talking to somebody who made their mind up already that they don't want to listen to nobody. They can't do we can't do that no more, man. Like that's crazy. But next topic.
Okay. All right. So why do you think some people actually hesitate to ask for help or support? Why do you think that is, Scott?
I think people hesitate to ask for help and support because it might turn into what just happened right here. It might turn into something where somebody take what they know somebody going through and take it and turn it around to hurt them. And that's why people are afraid to ask for help and support and understanding in certain situations because they don't want the tables turned on them when something don't go right. Especially as a man, a man could be doing bad and he refused to ask that woman. I was young and I seen a sitcom called Family Matters, and the man Eddie Winslow, y'all remember Eddie Winslow? Eddie Winslow was on a date and he only had like $8. So he asked the girl what she wanted to order and he's sweating. and she said, I want a burger and fries and a Coca-Cola. And he counted his change, like, and they asked him what he wanted. He said, I'll just take a water. And the man was like, that's all you want? She was like, that's all you want? He's like, yeah, I'll just take a water, because, I'm playing basketball. I'm watching my weight, you know what I mean? But in reality, he didn't have enough money to even buy himself a meal. So I realized that, and this from me being a young man, I realized, like, wow, as men or even as women, we're afraid to ask for help, or we're afraid to say, I don't have it, because we're afraid of what the backlash is going to be. We're afraid of what the outcome. Eddie should have stayed home. See, can't live me with them jokes. But see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying, all I'm trying to say is, to stay on my point, is we don't ask for help and support because we're afraid of what that's going to be. Oh, you broke nigga, you a broke dude, or you a broke female, or don't you ain't got enough money, take me out to eat. You ain't, and now you lose the relationship with that person. You lose the chance to be who you want to be with that person, because now you gotta limit the love and the relationship and the conversation you having, because you're afraid that they're gonna hurt your feelings. And that's why I think people don't do
Yeah. Or, not getting the I mean, I guess to your point, right? You're not getting the feedback from the other person that you would hope to get. And so then it just makes you more guarded and less likely to even reach out for support
it. Yes.
historically, especially like if you've always had to get it on your own. And that can be a difficult transition for people to ask for help. Like, I'll admit, I am somebody that is, I'd rather get 2 3 jobs before I ask anybody to help me. That, I know that's a problem, but I mean, it is what it is.
You know what's crazy? I go on a date with a woman, and that woman will know that I'm saving money. I know that I'm recovering. Like, I had my stroke. I'm recovering. I'm putting it together. And they got the means, they got the money, but they just want me to pay to make themselves feel better about it. Or vice versa, a man will want a woman to pay so he don't feel like he doing too much. In reality, but I'm not ashamed to say I ain't got it. But by me saying I don't have it, by me not doing it, it makes me look like somebody less than, just because I don't have it at that moment in time. And I think that if somebody really care for you and love you, they should never try to make you feel less than because you ain't got it, or make you feel like you can't be doing more if they know good and well you in a position where you can't. So I just think that a lot of people say they want love, they want support, they want to receive, they want to. I love this man so much, I love this woman so much, but I only love them based upon the terms of me feeling love from them. Because if I know this man only got $100 and I got 20,000 in my bank account, why are you making this man pay for a meal just to make you feel like a woman? Or vice versa, why are you making this woman pay for this meal to make you feel like you a player and a boss man? I think in a relationship, friendship, business, or relationship, we have to have balance. If you know I'm struggling right now, help me, because there's going to be a time you might be struggling. But if you take everything from me and I don't have none left, and when you struggle, who gonna have it?
Right.
So that's the way I kind of look at it. You know what I
Well,
mean?
that's how Grant Hill got his wife. He pretended that he didn't have his wallet on him. He wanted to see what she was going to do, and she did. She paid for that meal.
Yeah. Tamia,
Yeah.
that's that baby too, boy. Grant Hill got that baby right there,
And
boy. Got
Tamia
that
fine though,
baby.
ain't she?
Tamia, I had a dream about her last night, boy, for
He's
real.
so stupid. No, but I
Black
feel
dog
you though,
too.
Scar. Like, and Cece mentioned in the comments, she said, "Well, why date if you're not financially stable?"
Yeah, I just unmuted. Yeah.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Yes. So for me, now to answer your question, basically, I agree that I think that people will not ask for help because of past trauma. Basically, they probably asked for help before and someone threw it in their face. They probably somebody probably made fun of them. They probably, made jokes. They probably posted about it, something that actually hurt them. And so, they have in their self where it's like, I'm never asking for help. I'm with you, Rashida. Basically, I will grind, to make sure that I have it versus asking. And now you're looking at that, Scar, because I see you shake your head. However, you should want a woman that is independent, that will go get it, and she still can. You still can ask for help, but you want someone to, like I said before, to not be so dependent on somebody. Because if I have the means to go and work to get it, why should I just have my hand out? Because see, that's the problem. A lot of men, they will say that they want someone that will ask them, but then when they ask them so much, then it's like she's begging all the time. So do you want a woman that will go get it, or do you want someone who is going to beg for it all the time?
I want a woman who's going to get it, but I don't want a woman afraid to ask for help, because what ends up happening is, if she doesn't ask for help and she's out there trying to get it, eventually she's going to break down, and she's going to be emotionally, physically, financially, spiritually torn and broken. And me as her man, it's going to be even harder for me to keep that together. So I rather catch it. Like, I don't know if you ever had a car that was leaking oil, or leaking coolant. When you see that car leaking oil, it's best to go ahead and patch it up when it's leaking oil. Because if you keep driving it like that, the oil leak gonna expand and expand and expand. Next thing you know, the engine gonna blow. So I prefer my woman to come to me and say, "Hey, babe, listen, I'm working these jobs, but my rent due. You got an extra $400-500? If I got it, here you go. Or my car broke down, here you go, because I'm not just giving it to you, I'm giving it to us. Because if we in this thing together, that's why I be trying to tell people, like, we be talking like we together until the bill come, or I'm just keeping it real, until the bill come, or until a situation happen. Now we separate. Or until it's time to leave the date and go home, I got my own bills, I got my own kids. So we talk like we together when it's convenient, but we separate when it's convenient. And that's what I don't like about relationships. I don't like the fact that we're together when it's time to be intimate or romantic, or when it's time to share time, but we're separate outside of this. Because if we're in it together, you want to be with me, that means whatever I'm dealing with, you got to deal with. And whatever you dealing with, I got to deal with. So why wouldn't I want you to come to me about it? Because whatever you going through, I'm going through. Whatever I'm going through, you going through, right?
I get you. Yes. So, like I said, to answer that question, basically, if let's just say if it was something that I needed, my first thought is not to just ask my partner every time. my
Right.
my first thought is the self-preservation of, like, let me, again, like I said, I can work. I can go ahead and do this on the side or do whatever that I know that is going to be taken care of. So my thing is, like, if it's a dire need, of course, you should be able to ask. You should, first, if you have a partner, and y'all are together, you should not be afraid to ask. My thing is not just being afraid to ask, is if I know that, okay, I can do this on the side and I will be straight, that's my first thought. Because again, like I said, that's what most independent people, not just women, but independent people, first thought is. But if your first thought is, I know who to ask, then you are a dependent person. You get what I'm saying? And so I think that
Right.
a person who their first thought is to ask someone, that's their comfort, that they're used to just asking instead of, how can I go ahead and go and get it? You get what I'm saying? That's like, okay, now, after that, that happened, and then I'm like, okay, but I still need it. Let me ask babe. You know what I'm saying? But as far as, like I said, if that's your first thought every time, you are not a independent person. You are the person that
Right.
depends on everybody else. And that's
You're
not
right.
a good partner, because they're going to break you by always with their hand out all the time.
That's a fact.
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree.
And
What's the next question?
well, I was just gonna share something now. I remember
Oh,
I
go
was
ahead.
in a little situation. I never had to ask for anything. Now, he wasn't a loyal person, but I never had to I never had to ask for anything. He anticipated every need that I had,
Okay.
but he was not loyal. So there's that. Some people are good at.
So are you okay with getting provided for but not getting loyalty from the person?
No, do you see where I'm at now?
I see it. Where you at? In your living room?
No, I'm in my bedroom. But no, I'm just
Okay, in
saying.
your bedroom.
I meant like
I'm
I'm
joking. I'm
alone
joking.
as far
I'm
as
joking. I'm
relationship
joking. I'm
status.
joking. I'm
No,
joking. So,
no,
I
I
mean,
was.
that's what I'm saying. Like, but Rashida, I be scared, man, because I be feeling like, man, as long as you're doing something for somebody, they willing to overlook a lot of stuff, man. Like,
Mhm.
it's weird to me that somebody can overlook things somebody do to them because they doing stuff for them. Like, I don't care. Like me, I'm gonna pick up soda cans and I'm gonna pick up bottle tops. Like, I don't even, it ain't even that serious for me,
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, for me, loyalty is everything. I don't care what you're doing.
right?
But
So
all right,
what's
what's the
what's the
last one?
next question?
Okay, so to transition, how can we become better at offering support and accepting it?
I think the way to be better in offering support is communication. And stop having so much of a prideful ego or prideful perspective. Stop feeling like we know everything. Stop guessing what our partner is thinking. Stop guessing what the outcome is going to be. Stop manipulating everything. And I think that's the way to show real support. And also be honest with ourselves and with our partner, with our friends or family. Be honest and stop allowing them to live the life that they're living. And if they don't want to change, if they don't want to better themselves or adjust themselves, then we got to remove ourselves. Sometimes the best support is removing yourself from somebody and letting them fend and find themselves. The way to accept support is you got to be around trustworthy people. I mean, people that you can trust, because sometimes the person's support is really manipulation. Sometimes a person could be showing you support and admiration and showing you guidance. Um, I was just speaking to somebody on another topic about their ancestors. They pray to their ancestors. And I told them, I said, how do you know your ancestors are jealous of you? Being that you got money now, you look better now, you're free, you're not a slave. How do you know they're not jealous of you? You saying they guiding you, but what if they guiding you to a wrong point? Same thing with people. Like sometimes we think the people that's guiding us and speaking to us and in our lives are really want the best for us, but in reality they are just setting us up to betray us. You know what I mean? They just putting you in a position where you're gonna trust them till they get you to this point, and then they're gonna drop you and let you go. So I've learned in my life to, in order to accept support, make sure that person that you get support from is trustworthy, and they have proven themselves to you.
Yeah,
And I think that's the way to do it.
and I agree with that, Scar, because some people really just want to be the ones to say that they helped you. You know what I mean? To hold it over you. So sometimes it is challenging to accept help from, especially if you got to use your discernment, right? So you know, and just say, hey, I'll accept it from this person, but I don't know about that person. I don't know. Not every dollar is coming over to you clean in your hand.
That's right. That's
All
right.
right. Well, we are going to wrap it up. Do you guys have any questions before we get off at 10? It's 6 minutes till.
I don't have questions. I just want to say thank you to Scar and Rashida for coming and sharing um, with us on Wednesdays as the collective and giving us a safe space to have these
Thank you,
conversations.
sister.
I'm going to go ahead and jump off. I hope the rest of y'all have a good night.
And Transit, we didn't hear you say one word tonight.
Yeah, I'm glad you ain't get on my case today. Thank you.
Appreciate you for having me up. Yeah, I was going to actually answer the question if you don't mind.
Oh, I love it. Yes, please.
Me, I don't, I don't subscribe really to independent mindset or dependent mindset. I'm more of an interdependent mindset person, but I think everything on this planet needs something to survive, whether it's the dirt and the seed, the rain and the precipitation, and so on, so on, so on. Right? Everything that needs something for it to thrive. So me, why would you want to complete a project and somebody come in and reap the benefits for what you already finished? You know, you need to collaborate with other people so you can see their introspection of what you did and what y'all did together so y'all can create true intimacy. Intimacy is when two people come together and create memories together that y'all it'll last forever because y'all both put effort in, right? So I
Hmm.
think that most people don't know how to create true intimacy. They come from a wounded heart. They come from, I don't want to be hurt, so let me go what feels safe to me, whatever that safety may be. You know what I'm saying? So it's a safety net so they can open themselves up to be vulnerable to another person. And I think that's why a lot of people don't want help, can't receive help, or probably don't even want to help others. So I think that we have to look at things as let people in, so therefore y'all can flow amongst each other. You know what I'm saying? If not, then y'all can be flowing aside and never touch. It's just like what's that song by that lady who singing "A Stranger in My House"?
Um, that was Tim. Was it?
Deborah Cox. Yeah, Deborah Cox. Yeah,
Oh,
that,
that
that's
was
what that.
him. Okay.
Yeah, that's what people will be singing. They gonna be right next to a person and say it's a stranger in my house.
Yes,
Camille.
right. That's real. Because
I
they
could
can
have
take
sworn that
that
was
time, like you
Camille.
said,
Camille.
to build that in.
Yeah,
You're right.
definitely. But you dropped
Everybody
some
not doing
jewels.
it.
Thank you.
Everybody hate.
Appreciate that.
You hear more people, my brother and everybody. You hear more people nowadays say they hate people. Like when I hear people say that, like I hate people. I don't want to talk to people. I'll be like, bro, you can't live without people.
Right.
You know, like he said, great point. Like he said, we so caught up in not being hurt that we rather sit here and not get help, just to not get hurt.
Hmm.
It's crazy.
Oh, it's so true. So true, Scar.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on live today. We
Yes.
really
Yeah.
appreciate everybody in the chat. Everything that you guys have added to the chat. Thank you for making it peaceful and we didn't get too rowdy in here today, did we?
Hey, Lady V, we thank you for exiting the chat. I appreciate. I've been waiting on you to lead this chat all night.
Get out of here. Stop,
I said,
Scott.
you said what? Get out of here. Is that what you told her?
No, I'm talking to you.
Oh, I said you should have been told her to get out of here.
I didn't say that to her. Cut it out.
From the
All right,
spot.
listen, y'all have a great night, and we will see you guys next Wednesday.
Good night.
Bye. Bye.
All right.